Welcome to CW57 Sports presentation of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. Today it is the Big 8 Bowl, and we are at Otto Breitenbach Field, where the Sun Prairie Cardinals come into town to take on the Middleton Cardinals. Now, traditionally a big rivalry. This is going to be a great game. The records may not indicate it, but you have Sun Prairie holding on to their playoff lives by a thread. And if Middleton wins today, they control their own destiny, and they'll be walking the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll be going to the playoffs for the 20th straight year, which is absolutely amazing, the tradition that they have here for football over the last 20 years. And you talk about playoffs, these two teams met in the playoffs last year, and it was Middleton that got the better of Sun Prairie after Sun Prairie beat them in the regular season. So I don't know who's got revenge on their mind more, if it's a revenge game or if it's just a big game when you get these two together, as you always do in the Big 8.
And Middleton has come out very hot. They're 4-0 on the season. Fantastic looking team, despite not having a really strong offense. Very low numbers, but the defense is getting it done for the Middleton Cardinals.
And it's amazing that they're getting it done. For Coach Kabalka, the defensive coordinator, has 10 new starters on defense this year from a defense last year that was very, very good. This one is almost up to the task already, and he's got a feeling that it might be better than what he had last year, which he thought was his best defense ever. So the Middleton Cardinals really bring the D out.
Going to have a very exciting game ahead for you guys here today. And I tell you what, it's a little bit different for me because I have some great memories on this field from back when I used to play at the Mustangs. This was our home field. So standing here on Otto Breitenbach Field and hearing the music, I kind of want to hit something, but we're going to be up in the booth today, and it will be a
Leave me alone, man.
game.
Leave me alone.
We have the Middleton Cardinals taking on the Sun Prairie Cardinals. It is the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. My name's Ryan Ashker alongside Rich Reynolds, and we'll be right back on CW57 Sports. Welcome back to CW57 Sports presentation of the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. It is the Al Byers pregame show, and as always, right now we're joined by Dan McHugh for this big matchup, the Sun Prairie Cardinals taking on the Middleton Cardinals. Dan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Could be a little less damp, but the weather's going to do what it's going to do.
And speaking of the weather, Dan, it is getting to be that time of the year again. Weather beginning to cool down, and eventually this rain we're experiencing here tonight is going to turn into snow. What are some things our viewers need to do at home to get ready for the season that Al Byers can help with?
Well, there's a few things we like to have people do, and that is the first thing is just to start their equipment. Get it going, recognize if there's any odd noises or anything like that, but see that some heat's coming out of the registers.
Sure.
and test it out that way. But then we also want people to change their air filter, make sure that it starts the season fresh, healthy air. And then we also recommend, of course, a professional tune-up. That way it keeps everything in tip-top shape and gets it running at peak efficiency.
Now, those air filters, that's something you want to do every 6 months, correct? Usually spring and end of fall?
Well, sometimes it depends on the filter. The standard filters are about once a month you want to check them.
Okay.
Some of the heavy-duty ones, they can go about a year.
That's good to know. I need to do that at home. I'll tell you that much right now. Another big thing. I know I absolutely love them, and there's a lot of them that I'm sure you guys are sitting at home with one right now. Fireplaces. This time of the year, you want to get ready to fire those up. You have the wood sitting there ready. What do we need to do at home to make sure our fireplaces are not only ready to go, but also safe?
Well, what you want to do, of course, is to make sure that the chimney is clear and clean. That's very important because certainly you don't want to be up there trying to clean it out in the middle of winter when that white stuff is falling on you. But the other thing is gas fireplaces do need some attention by way of combustion efficiencies and make it look pretty with the ember beds all decorated up.
So with that, with not only the 3 points you got to do before winter, but also to get that chimney checked out and ready to go, how can our viewers get in touch with you at Al Byers?
Well, just give us a call at 608-423-4480 in Cambridge or 608-752-6610 in Janesville, or look us up at www.albyers.com. albyers.com.
See, teaching you guys safety before winter, and you thought you just tuned in to watch a football game. Dan McHugh, part of the Al Byers pregame show. It is the Big 8 Bowl right here on CW57 Sports, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. We'll be right back and talk to the coaches after this. Welcome back to the Al Byers pregame show. It's the A1 Furniture Bowl Series, the Big 8 Bowl today. And we are in Middleton, where the Middleton Cardinals will be welcoming the Sun Prairie Cardinals. Right now we're joined by Sun Prairie head coach Brian Kaminsky. Coach, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate everything you guys do for high school sports.
We're very happy to do it. Now, I tell you what, you guys haven't necessarily got off to the start you wanted to, but still, very strong team in a big rivalry game tonight. How do your kids get amped up? How do you guys prepare for a game like this in Middleton?
Well, it's Middleton. It's one of our biggest rivals. They're a good year in and year out, and it's a great test for us. You know, we've stubbed our toes a couple times here this year, but we feel that there's about 3-4 plays each game, and if we get them, things can be different. But we can't control the past, we control the future, and if you're not up for a game like this tonight, something's wrong.
Yep. Ryan talked a little bit about the start. You're kind of alternating, loss, win, loss, win. Has it been inconsistent play or level of competition so far?
A little bit of both. I mean, I think the league this year is without a doubt more balanced than it has been in a long time. There's a lot of threats offensively all around the league. Everybody going to the spread stuff. But, you know, you got to give credit to what teams have done against us. And at times we got to look in the mirror and say we could be better as coaches and players. And we hope to correct that stuff tonight.
Now, last week we saw a little bit of a change in your running game, and we're expecting to see some more of that tonight, especially with the impending weather. Is that something you guys game plan for all week, to focus more on the run?
Well, it's something we always want to do. I believe the run sets up everything else, and something we need to do. And we challenged our Hogs and our backs to hit the hole hard last week, and they did that. We were able to put up over 300 yards rushing against a good defense, but that always makes it a lot easier. If you can sit back and not be in 3rd and 10 and defense can pin their ears back, that makes it tough on you. So, yes, we want to be able to run the ball tonight.
Yeah, Ryan mentions that running game. I talked to Draven Peoples before the game and saw him warming up. He had a great game last week. Talked to him. He said, hey, you know, you ready for another game tonight? He says, it's my offensive line. They're doing it. A modest kid. Seems like a good kid ready to break out.
Great kid, you know, as well as a lot of other guys on our team. But he did a tremendous job last week. And the nice thing is we had some competition at tailback and an improved Faison Thomas, our other starter, really stuck his foot in the ground and had some good plays. So it's nice to have a two-headed bunch back there where you can alternate carries and keep them fresh. But it is a credit to the offensive line, and that's where our game's going to be won or lost tonight.
Fantastic. Well, Coach, we want to thank you for joining us here on the A1 Furniture Bowl Game pre-show here today, and wish you and your team the best of luck tonight.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Coach Brian Kaminsky of Sun Prairie. We'll be right back with more of the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series right here on CW57 Sports. Welcome back to the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series here on CW57 Sports. Sun Prairie Cardinals coming in and take on the Middleton Cardinals. And right now we're joined by Middleton head coach Tim Simon. Coach, thanks for joining us here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You guys are off to a very hot start so far, especially in conference, but you do have a tough opponent coming up tonight with Sun Prairie. What are some of the keys to the game that you guys need to look forward to?
Well, one thing, when Middleton and Sun Prairie play, you can throw the records out, you can throw the history out. They're a big team. They got a lot of size, so we're going to have to use our speed to our advantage tonight.
You have so much turnover on defense from last year to this season. How do you do it where you don't miss a beat? Because it seems like this defense is really playing well.
Well, the kids know what's expected of them. So even though some of them didn't get snaps last year, they were number 2s last year. They got snaps in the varsity reserve games and, you know, got some snaps in the game. But they know coming into the season, you know, there's a job to be done, and they got to do that job.
Now, despite not even being halfway through the season, you guys, with a win tonight, can get a playoff berth, or the chance at playoff berth, making it 20 straight years. Does that add any extra pressure to the team? Is that something we're not even thinking about right now, or what's the approach with that?
No, we don't even think about that right now. So we're very nearsighted. We look at the game in front of us, and we put all our energy into that game. And we'll need it tonight because Sun Prairie is a very good football team.
Yeah, you talk about Sun Prairie being a good football team. What are some of the things that concern you going into this game?
Well, one of it is their size. So they got a very big offensive line, a very big defensive line. You know, we're a very small team, probably the smallest team in the conference. So for us, it's going to be using our speed, using our angles to our advantage, and see if we can find some weaknesses to attack both on offense and, you know, where we can attack them on defense that'll best suit us tonight.
Well, Coach, we want to wish you the best of luck. Thank you for having us out here to Otto Breitenbach Stadium, and good luck to your Middleton Cardinals here tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back with more of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. It's the Big 8 Bowl. Sun Prairie Cardinals taking on Tim Simon's Middleton Cardinals right here on CW57 Sports. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CW57's coverage, the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. It is the Big 8 Bowl. My name is Ryan Ashker. Alongside is Rich Reynolds, and we have a big one for you tonight. We're at Otto Breitenbach Field, where the Sun Prairie Cardinals come into town to take on the 4-0 Middleton Cardinals. And we hate to say it, we've said it a couple times, but when these two teams get together, Rich, what do you do?
Well, like you said, it's a big one when they get together. It's in the Big 8. The Big 8 is so big, it's got 10 teams in it. It's just a huge game as who's the better Cardinal in this one. And like we talked about in the pregame show, last year it was Sun Prairie winning during the regular season. Middleton got them back in the playoffs. Now they're back in the regular season here, and Sun Prairie needs this football game. At 2-2, their playoff lives right now are at stake. For Middleton, this will just put them in, but they're kind of used to winning. They're used to winning at home. They're ranked 8th in the state. It's big for them, too, because I think they still want to hold the upper hand that is in this rivalry.
Well, with Middleton, a lot of their victories have come by very narrow margins. They do not have a very strong offense. Cam Malley is their lead rusher. He only has 362 yards on the season, and lead passer Brennan Schmidt only 387 yards. So that tells you how impressive the defense is, as Middleton is sitting at 4-0. Sun Prairie, if they lose tonight, they're out of the playoffs already, and that's not what you want to see. Had the opportunity, I hope you guys saw the pregame as we talked to the coaches. They're both expecting a very tough game. Rain falling down a little bit here in Middleton. Good football weather, and just a beautiful field tonight. A great crowd, and the Middleton student section doing a whiteout here this evening. We're sure you're going to see that in the night's coverage. It is going to be the Middleton Cardinals kicking off to the Sun Prairie Cardinals from right to left on your screen. It is the Big 8 Bowl here on CW57 Sports. We are ready to get this underway. And here is the kick. Going to be taken at about the 16-yard line, back past the 25, and he's not going to make it up to the 30 as a slew of Cardinals spin him down. He's going to get forward progress, and Sun Prairie is going to take over at the 28-yard line.
Kind of interesting talking to the coaches before the game. It was Middleton talking about the fact that they're the smaller team and maybe the smallest team in the Big 8. You know, when watching highlights, I thought for sure Sun Prairie would be the faster team. It's actually Middleton that's going to be quicker here tonight. We'll see if that leads to a quick start with their young defense on the field.
Well, Sunbury has senior quarterback J.P. Curran. He's going to be lined up, shotgun, back to the left, back behind him. Here is the snap, going to hand it off to start. That's going to go up the middle, and he's going to fight ahead and pick up just a few yards on that carry. That was Faison Thomas.
Faison Thomas had the bulk of the carries so far this season for Sun Prairie. 53 attempts, 319 yards. That's a 6-yard per carry average coming into the night at 79.8 yards per game, and he'll get the share of the carries tonight.
Unique lineup. Curran again in shotgun, two backs lined up directly behind him. Curran going to look to pass. He's going to toss one up to the left side. He got an arm out there. Beautiful catch, but they're going to say he was out of bounds. That would have been at about the 50-yard line. Pass intended for Nate Verstegen.
One thing coming into this game is if you look at the quarterback rating for J.P. Curran, and a nice throw down the sideline, just led his receiver too much. A 92.1 passer rating, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's also hitting 62% of his passes so far this year. So this is a pretty accurate passing game that's set up by a good, sound running game.
724 yards for Curran on the season. We're looking for Draven Peoples tonight, who made his debut last week. He had 175 yards on 23 carries. 4 wide receivers in the game for Curran. He's going to spin out to the near side. Cox throws. That's going to be intercepted. Middleton's going to take it. Picks it off, and he's going to get it down to the 15-yard line. Huge turnover to start the game for the Middleton Cardinals, and that's what the home crowd wanted to see. A quick start here at Otto Breitenbach Field.
Pressure on the quarterback often leads to poor decisions, and that's what happens there. And a great job by Griffin Gussel down the sidelines as you see Curran being flushed from the pocket, rolls right, tries to throw late, and Gussel just steps right in front of it for a big pick to set up the Cardinals on the doorstep.
See that interception there on the KJ replay. We want to thank Kirsten Goggin, Dane County's premier realtor. If you are buying or selling, visit kjsellsmadison.com. Middleton Cardinals now on the field in offense. Shotgun formation, running back lined up to his right. Snap, going to fake the handoff, roll out to the far side. He's going to toss one down, incomplete. Attempted down at about the 5-yard line. CJ Fermanich, quarterback in for Middleton.
And that was Brennan Schmidt trying to throw. And as if you can see on the screen right now, a lot of rain coming down. And Schmidt has had his problems completing passes so far this year, just hitting at about 54%. And it might be even harder here tonight with the rain really starting to come down at Breitenbach Stadium.
Running back now lined up to the left is Schmidt. And that'll be a timeout for the Sun Prairie Cardinals. While we have a moment, we want to thank our friends at A1 Furniture and Mattress. Thank you to the whole crew over at A1 Furniture and Mattress for supporting us this season as our official Bowl Series sponsor, locally owned and operated since 1980. You can find them on the West Beltline Highway or South Stoughton Road. A1 Furniture and Mattress. Hope you had a chance to tune in and check out our pregame show. That, of course, was brought to you by Al Byers Indoor Comfort System. Feel good in every room of your house with Aprilaire Zone Control. Available at Al Byers. Feel good inside. That is going to be the first time out of the game, and that it will be a Toyota timeout. Toyota. Let's go places. Once again, Ryan Ashker alongside Rich Reynolds.
I'm glad that you actually clarified, too, that it was the Sun Prairie Cardinals that took the timeout. I don't know how many times tonight I'm just going to say Cardinals, and no one's going to know which school I'm talking about.
Middleton, of course, in the home red uniforms. Sun Prairie in a new look, white jerseys, black pants, and new sleek black helmets. Those things look impressive. Now Schmidt looking to throw wide open receiver, and he's going to walk it into the end zone. That is Mitch Andrews, the tight end, pulling in from Middleton, and that will be a J&K Security Solution touchdown. Home theater, home security now, home automation. J&K Security Solutions, integrate your world. And with that, the Middleton Cardinals are up 6-0.
You know, Andrews hasn't been targeted much this season. In fact, that's just his 6th catch on the year. But he was wide open as he snuck out into space and caught Sun Prairie by surprise. And right now, the Sun Prairie team kind of reeling. An early pick, an early touchdown, and Middleton up on top with that stifling defense.
Jacob Mefford with the extra point attempt. Listed at defensive end and tight end. And that will make it 7-0. 10:56 left in the first quarter, and a big early turnover is the difference in the game so far for the Middleton Cardinals. Rain really starting to come down now here in Middleton. We are luckily safe in the friendly confines of one of the most beautiful boxes I've seen at a high school stadium.
Yeah, excellent press box here. They got all of the plaques up from, you know, every sport that's out here, whether it's track, baseball, football, they all kind of share this press box, and there's a lot of positive history. We talked about the fact that the Middleton Cardinals going for their 20th straight year in the playoffs. Hey, you just don't see that too much, even on the high school level. Very impressive, great tradition that they have here, and now they got themselves an early lead with a great defense in the pouring rain. You know, Sun Prairie doesn't want to be in this position. You don't want to fall behind in these conditions on the road.
And for the kickoff, it will be Jacob Mefford. He's going to be kicking off from right to left as you see it on the screen. Sun Prairie going to be looking for a better offensive possession this time around. Another good kick from Mefford, received at about the 8-yard line. He's going to take it up past the 20 to 25. Lowers a shoulder, runs over one man, and he's going to be down at about the 34-yard line. Flag is on the field. That will be the first O'Reilly Auto Parts penalty flag of the day. A big thank you to O'Reilly Auto Parts and their commitment to support local high school athletics. Better parts, better prices every day. We'll see what the call is. Not a bad return there for Sun Prairie unless that gets called back.
Yeah, and that's our first chance to see number 33, Draven Peoples. He is a sophomore, 5'10", 195. And I mentioned in the pregame show, I talked to him a little bit before the game. Very modest kid, very confident as well, as he definitely has confidence in his abilities. He's got a lot of speed, has breakaway kind of potential as well. Had 2 long touchdown runs last week, including a 78-yarder against Madison West. So unfortunately, some of that return comes back, but I think we're going to see a lot of Peoples here tonight.
And that will leave Sun Prairie starting just across the 20-yard line for J.P. Curran and the rest of these Cardinals. Once again, a unique formation, kind of a hybrid pistol with two running backs. Going to be the handoff. He's going to dive up the middle. Look like
and
that.
there's Peoples right
there.
there. Not
Peoples,
a lot
yep.
there, and a great job by the defensive line of holding their ground. Also, Middleton stacking the box. 9 guys in the box that time. They are daring Curran to throw the football.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Not much gain there on the carry by Peoples. Sun Prairie back up to the line. Handoff once again. And that's going to go nowhere as this stout Middleton defense continues to do what they do best, and that is shut down offenses. 2nd straight carry for Peoples, and he went nowhere on that.
Sago Henderson gets his 6th tackle for a loss on the season, and he was in the backfield early to grab Peoples before he could get going. This defense, very disciplined as well. Nobody overrunning, everybody staying at home, and a great job right there to drag him down by Henderson.
As we said, with the low number of yards this Middleton offense has put up, if you just look at the numbers, you'd never think they were a 4-0 team. That's how dominant this defense has been. 4 games into the season, we're in week number 5. That'll be a timeout called once again by the Sun Prairie Cardinals. And the timeout was called before the flag was thrown. That will be another Toyota timeout. Toyota, let's go places. Stay tuned after the first half for the Mad City Freaks halftime show. You can visit them on State Street and experience the best fries in Madison. With that timeout, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Big 8 Bowl here on CW57 Sports. Welcome back to the A1 Furniture Bowl series here on CW57 Sports. This is the Big 8 Bowl, which sees the Sun Prairie Cardinals coming into Middleton to take on the Middleton Cardinals. And it is 7-0 for the home team here early in the game. 9:27 left in the first quarter.
And I think you're getting an idea right now of what the Sun Prairie Cardinals are up against in this Middleton defense, and down 7-0 early. I know they got a lot of football game left. A lot of things can happen, but it's going to be tough sledding most of the night.
J.P. Curran, quarterback for Sun Prairie. He's going to roll out now, rolls to his left, looking to throw across his body. He's going to fire one. That's going to be completed. That will be enough for a courtesy Ford first down. That pass completed to Marquise Reuter.
And a gain of 15, and a nice job that time of Curran going against his body and throwing as they were able to get a receiver, Marquise Reuter, out in space in the first down of the game so far.
Courtesy Ford, your new truck destination, our first down supporter this season at the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. Curran takes a snap. He's going to toss it out to Peoples. Peoples in the near side and lower his shoulder. He's going to pick up a couple yards there. Looks to be about 4. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Sun Prairie Cardinals.
Nice job of Peoples that time of stringing out the run a little bit and then squaring his shoulders once he found the crevice just to get that pickup. That's some disciplined running and good vision as well by Peoples. He runs low to the ground. Right there, you see the one cut, finds his hole, and is able to drive ahead. Tough to bring down as well, and a good gain on first down.
Once again, 2 backs lined up behind Curran, and they're right on top of him. That's a very unique offensive formation. You don't see that a lot. Handoff now. This time, Peoples out of the game. That goes out to Faison Thomas as he's going to pick up, looks to be just short of the first down. As Thomas broke a tackle, and that will be close enough to take a measurement. That'll be another Toyota timeout as they bring out the sticks here. Want to thank our friends at AccuClimb Mechanical Services. Call now and get $40 off their thorough and professional precision tune-up of your furnace. AccuClimb Mechanical Services, you'll feel just right.
This is when those big guys on the Sun Prairie line, you take a look at them right now in the huddle. that they need to really step it up, as Thomas is going to get the first down. But this is where they really got to try to assert themselves. This team's used to imposing their will on defenses. They're used to running the football, and they're going to need to impose their will here tonight against a tough D.
That is another courtesy Ford first down for Sun Prairie. Curran awaiting the snap. He's going to fumble that snap. Roll out to his left. Puts one into the air. He's got a receiver open just over the outreach hands of Marquise Reuter once again. And a good job to recover there by Curran as he put one in the air and just missed the outstretched fingers of his receiver.
If you remember, a few weeks ago, we were at Monterey Stadium in Janesville. We had similar conditions, kind of a driving rain coming down. We saw the ball on the ground a lot, and you see it here again, and it throws off the timing of this play. When a quarterback has that happen, they tend to rush afterwards, you know, kind of fearful of the fact that the defensive line's going to get in on him. It rushed the throw, and he overshot Reeder.
Curran, he's going to hand it off. Big opening up the middle, and that's collapsed on quickly by that Middleton defense. On the carry once again, that was Faison Thomas, and he's going to pick up just over 4 on that play, and that should be about 3rd and 5.
Nice job there by 91 Cody Markle. He is a senior, 6'7", 202. When he walked by me when we were down on the sidelines, I couldn't believe how big and tall that he was, and did a great job of just grabbing onto the back and dragging him down.
Curran rolls out to the near side, going to keep it himself, and he's going to be pulled down. Great play there on defense for Middleton, and that was Garrett Graff, the senior linebacker.
Garrett Graff is the leading tackler for the Middleton Cardinals. He shoots the gap right here, comes through on the blitz, and no chance for Curran to get away. That's 50 tackles now for Graff and 2.5 sacks on the season as the safety blitz works to perfection.
Sun Prairie now forced to punt. Good punt there for the Cardinals. That's going to be caught at the 20. He's going to go to the far side out to the 25. Opening as he gets out to the 30, across 35 to the 40. 45, and he's going to be dragged down to the 49-yard line, and they're going to take out some of the members on the Sun Prairie sideline there. But a great return there for Middleton, and that was C.J. Fermanich.
You will not see hidden yards, but this is where they show up. Fermanich able to break a block, gets around the corner, and great field position once again for Middleton. Not as great as the last time, you know, at the 15-yard line, but heck, when you could start at midfield, you are doing well, and the Middleton Cardinals right now have a chance to really jump out in front early.
Middleton taking back over on offense.
Wasn't that nice of Lauren to bring us some water?
Thanks, Lauren. I missed that, actually. Here is the pass, and
That's what I'm here
is
for,
going to
man.
be completed, and that will be close to a first down, and that will put Middleton back into Sun Prairie territory. And depending on the spot, that looks to be just about a yard short of the first down, but good completion there for Brennan Schmidt.
We called Cody Markle's name on defense. Now we call it on offense. Again, 6'7" makes for a big target, and he's the second leading receiver on the Middleton Cardinals so far this season. Makes a nice catch there.
High formation for Middleton. Schmidt going to take it himself, power ahead behind that undersized line. Coach talked about that in the pregame show, but that will be enough for a courtesy Ford first down. Just that quick little QB dive.
Kind of surprising we haven't seen Cam Molly run the football yet. Molly coming into the season really expected to do the big share of carries, not only for the Cardinals, but for the Big Eight, as he was touted as one of the top backs in the league. We haven't seen him touch the football yet here tonight.
Schmidt now back in shotgun. He's going to have a running back lined up to his right. Deep shotgun for Schmidt. There is the handoff. He's going to come up the middle to the near side, and that'll be a big gain there. And that was number 32, Cam Malley, leading rusher for the Cardinals, and that is another courtesy Ford first down.
Molly gets his first touch of the night, picks up 16. Great blocking on the little mini draw, like a sprint draw. As you see Cody Markle again, he had the big block that was able to spring it. Whenever you see a big run, you see receivers or tight ends making blocks downfield, and that's what Markle did as he had total control of his man.
Schmidt lined up, running back to the left. Here's snap again to Malley. Malley goes up the middle. That might be good for one on the carry.
Yeah, not much there from Molly. Sun Prairie stacking the box. Even with a 3-wide formation, as Middleton tried to spread them out, they ran up the middle, but there were still 8 Sun Prairie defenders in the box, and they were stout right there as 4 guys dragged Molly down for a short gain.
Middleton once again on the move, already up 7-0. 4:40 left in the first quarter here at Otto Breitenbach Field. Schmidt under center, I formation lined up behind him. Fake the handoff. That's going to be a little dump off throw, and that'll get him inside the 10-yard line. That time it went to Noah Hellbach, the junior.
Hellbach only making his second catch of the season, but this one goes for 15 yards, make it 16, and a nice job again of just sneaking someone out into space, whether it's a tight end or a fullback, which isn't something that Middleton has been doing a lot of so far this season. It is really, I think, catching the Sun Prairie defense by surprise, and you could say that because of how much green space that the receivers have around them.
Well, on the touchdown in that play right there, there is no one around him. And that's just a missed assignment by a linebacker. You know he's going to get talked to when he goes off the sideline now. Trip formation to the right for Schmidt. He's going to toss it out to Molly. Lowers the shoulder. He's going to power it in. That is another J&K Security Solutions touchdown. Home theater, home security, and now home automation. J&K Security Solutions. Integrate your world. And that's 6 more points on the board and a touchdown for Molly. We talked about how this Middleton Cardinals offense hasn't been that good. And you wouldn't guess it by how they're looking against Sun Prairie here tonight.
Terrific run by Molly. They run it to the short side. He just lowers the shoulders and bam, burrows his way into the end zone. And that's what everyone was expecting from Cam Molly all season long. We're getting to see it here on this drive.
Mefford with the extra point attempt. That is up and good. New score 14-0. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. And it's already starting to get out of hand if you're standing on that Sun Prairie sideline. We want to thank our friend at P.F. Chang's tonight, the official Big 8 Bowl restaurant partner. They fed our entire staff tonight. I know Rich was excited about that one, but you can join P.F. Chang's in reaching its goal of donating $100,000 to the fight against breast cancer during the month of October. Try a taco or take a pic and help fight breast cancer. P.F. Chang's in Middleton, 831-2488.
I am absolutely stuffed thanks to P.F. Chang's, and I had the Chilean sea bass was absolutely terrific. And man, oh man, what a way to start a night off on a Friday night of football, having a great meal from P.F. Chang's.
Well, I tell you what, I was trying to go through our announcer notes before the game. I couldn't get Rich to look up off of his plate. He was nose deep into that P.F. Chang's. He texted me last night. That's how excited he was about this meal. So we definitely want to thank our friends at P.F. Chang's for hooking us up tonight. Want to thank, our replay guy, Tony, onside kick attempt there, trying to find some green from Middleton. And Sun Prairie will do the smart thing and cover that up. But Sun Prairie will start with good field position here right across the 30-yard line, and we'll see if they can get any offense going here as there's still time, just under 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, do you know how to say thank you in Chinese to P.F. Chang's?
I do not.
Xie.
Shishia. I know konnichiwa, hello.
That's Japanese. It's ni hao, xie.
Well, Rich got it right, and I don't even know if he's wrong, so I can't help you that much there. Sun Prairie back on offense. They're going to run it first play out of the huddle, and that'll only be good for a gain of about 1 there. This Middleton defense just looks dominating so far.
Yeah, they hold at the point of attack. They set the edge as well. Faison Thomas, only a gain of 2 on the play. And what you see right now, again, Sun Prairie's going to have to go to the ground, chew up some clock, get a nice long drive, and get some points on the board. If they can't do that, this game can get out of hand really quick.
Let's see what Curran does here for Sun Prairie, looking to find any offense at all. And Curran going to hand it off. Not a bad run there. He's going to spin it up, and that'll bring up, looks to be about 3rd and 3 on the carry there. And that was Draven Peoples. That was our player to watch coming into the game.
I really like how he runs the football. He runs with purpose and doesn't go down easy, has a low center of gravity as well. And you can tell sophomore's got fresh legs as well, and he's driving that football up in there. The Middleton defense is really good, but you still kind of expect it that sometime tonight Peoples is going to break a long run.
And he's big for a sophomore. They have him listed at 5'10", 195 pounds. Very muscular. We had a chance to see him before the game today. And there's going to be the handoff again of Peoples. Peoples goes off to the left and be just short of the first down. Early in the game, do you even think about going for it here on about a 4th and 1?
Heck no. I think you got to punt it away, let Middleton drive the whole length of the field. Great job on defense, and we're going to say that all night, but that's Garrett Graff. And Garrett Graff, the leading tackler on the team, and you could see why Graff was able to get penetration and was able to get low. Not an arm tackle. He used his shoulders, used his arm to wrap, and that's what got Peoples down.
Alex Oakley going to be back to punt, and luckily a timeout was called. Luckily for Sun Prairie, Middleton called a timeout because that was a bad snap to Oakley, and that would have been a huge loss on the play. Regardless,
wet ball out there again, tough to deal with.
Yep. It is raining rather heavily here today. You can see that a bit on the cameras. That is a Toyota timeout. Toyota, let's go places. We want to thank Kelly Stelzer. Kelly Stelzer is proud to support local high school athletics. Kelly Stelzer, your knowledgeable and trusted realtor. All right, well, we're getting ready for the punt. We'll be right back with the Big 8 Bowl here on CW 57 Sports. That's not where we take a break. They're on the field.
We can come right back. Let's come back.
All right, we're back. The A1 Furniture Bowl Series. Sun Prairie going to be punting. Alex Oakley. And another bad snap. Middleton's going to fall on it, and that'll be another turnover in Sun Prairie territory for the Middleton Cardinals. Just breaks upon breaks. Sun Prairie already came in as the underdog. You can't lose this game yourself on bad turnovers.
I think what you're actually going to see here, if we show it on the KJ replay, that was a fake. They were trying to fake the ball. They were trying to catch Middleton napping, and it just wasn't happening as the ball was dropped. That's a dangerous play early in the football game, and now it puts Middleton right on the doorstep again. They started at the 15 of Sun Prairie, at their own 47. Now they're at the 42, or the 37, that is, of the Cardinals.
Schmidt, shotgun. He's going to look to pass again. Completed pass, another open receiver, and he's going to take it now inside the 30. That was intended for and completed to Mitch Andrews, the senior tight end.
Yeah, I think Middleton is catching everyone by surprise. This is not a passing football team. They already have 49 yards passing. They're getting over 12 yards per completion right now for Brennan Schmidt. Absolutely unbelievable. He's 4 of 5 for 49 yards and a touchdown. That is shocking, I believe, to this Sun Prairie defense.
Those are numbers we would have expected from the Sun Prairie offense, not the Middleton offense, who traditionally has won their games this season on the defensive side of the ball. But, man, they're looking good in every aspect of the game so far, as that is a courtesy Ford first down for the Middleton Cardinals.
Yeah, absolutely taking everybody by storm with this passing game so far. We came into this game thinking, oh, Middleton, they love to run the ball and play good defense. We're going to see a lot of that. Instead, we see that, so far tonight, Coach Simon opening it up with his quarterback, Brennan Schmidt.
High formation here for Middleton. Sun Prairie with a big line. They're going to hand it off to Molly, and he's going to pound it down to about the 24-yard line.
Talked about the size difference before the game, and when you have 10 in the box, or make that 9 in the box when you're the Sun Prairie defense, and you're Middleton and you're undersized, that's tough sledding to get the run going that way. Cam Molly's a tough runner, but it's kind of hard to do when Sun Prairie has so many defenders stuffed in that box.
Once again, I formation. The nice thing about this field is it really doesn't get slick in the rain. Absolutely gorgeous field here. Nearly intercepted there from Sun Prairie as Schmidt got blindsided and put one in the air. That was nearly hauled down by Ben Hauser.
Yeah, either a missed block out there it was, and it was a missed assignment there by the Middleton tackle number 75, Seth Kraker, as he was looking inside. The blitz came from the outside. It was a free shot on Schmidt. Schmidt, a nice job of getting it away. He's got to put it out there a little bit more because he ended up putting it in a dangerous spot. But Middleton right there dodges a bullet, one that Sun Prairie really needed to turn this game back around.
3rd and 7 now for Middleton. Schmidt back in shotgun. Schmidt looking to pass here. Tosses out of the receiver, but he's going to get leveled. That went to Noah Hellback once again. And that's actually going to be a loss on the play. That'll bring up 4th and about 13 for Middleton.
The screen there fooled nobody. They tried to set it up, and it didn't seem like too bad of a setup. It's just that everybody on Sun Prairie read it as it happened. And if you're not fooled as a lineman or a linebacker on the screen, boy, you could really do some damage to the offense. That's what happens there in a loss of 4.
Well, Middleton going to look for a little coffin corner punt there. And it's going to take a Sun Prairie bounce. Not bad, but that will have Sun Prairie starting. It looks to be about the 19-yard line where they're going to take over. Want to take the opportunity to thank A1 Furniture, once again, our official Bowl Series sponsor, locally owned and operated since 1980. Find them on the West Beltline Highway or South Stoughton Road. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Score, the home Middleton Cardinals up 14-0 over the visiting Sun Prairie Cardinals. It is the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. And back onto the field will come those Sun Prairie Cardinals led by J.P. Curran. Bit of a motion here. A bad snap. That's going to be a fumble. Curran is going to be nicely tackled in the backfield. They had a chance to light him up, but that's going to drop him back to, it looks to be, see where they mark him here, inside the 10, about the 9-yard line, and that will be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, 14-0, Middleton Cardinals leading the Sun Prairie Cardinals. You are watching the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. We'll be right back on CW57 Sports. Welcome back to CW57 Sports presentation of the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. As the Sun Prairie Cardinals are on the field, that's going to be a little dump-off pass to Draven Peoples. That'll get him back to about the original line of scrimmage, bring up about 3rd and 10.
It was Middleton trying the screen before. Now it's Sun Prairie coming back the other way. And a good job again of the Middleton defense not buying into it. That could have been a big gainer when I first saw it. But what you didn't see were Middleton defenders over pursuing. They stayed home. They were able to get in good position, such good position that it forced Sun Prairie to do a block in the back, and it takes them back.
That'll be another O'Reilly Auto Parts penalty flag on the Sun Prairie Cardinals. O'Reilly Auto Parts, want to thank them for their commitment to local high school athletics. Better parts, better prices every day. O'Reilly's.
Just 26 yards of total offense in the first quarter for the Sun Prairie Cardinals, a team that's averaging over 30 points per game so far this season through the first 4 weeks.
All right, this is going to be Curran taking himself. He's going to up the middle and, well, might pick up a yard at most. Either way, it's going to be 4th and a mile. And once again, it looks like Middleton's going to have fantastic field position. Oh, I apologize. That is 3rd down after that penalty replayed the down. So Sun Prairie with one more chance here, looking at a 3rd and 20. Coran back to pass. And Middleton going to be all over him. That's going to be a sack down at about the 5-yard line. So it'll be 4th and a little bit longer of a mile.
And really lucky for Sun Prairie to get that football back. There was a swat on that sack. The ball came out. The ref threw the beanbag, so I knew it was out there in that mass of bodies right there. Poked away on the sack by Cody Markle once again as the big defender. He's having himself a night so far.
Alex Oakley with his heels on the back of the end zone for Sun Prairie. Gives it all he's got, but it's still going to be received and fumbled there by Middleton. There's going to be a scrum for that ball at about the 29-yard line.
Wow, everyone really struggling with the slick pigskin right now. This game could get kind of messy, even messier than what we've seen. Looks like Middleton got it back.
Middleton got it back, and once again, fantastic field position for the Cardinals. They'll take over at the 29-yard line, and they're already in scoring position once again.
Even with the short field so far, Middleton's offense amassed 79 total yards in the first quarter, 46 of them coming through the air on efficient passing from Brennan Schmidt. I think now with a 14-point lead and a chance for Middleton to gain even more here, I think you take it back to the ground.
I agree. Could be seeing a heavy dose of Molly here. Schmidt waiting the snap. Schmidt again puts it in the air. And that's going to whiz behind the head of his intended receiver, Mitch Bacon.
And just like I said, you got to go right back to the air, and that's what Middleton did. Now, I still think, you know, your best bet at this point is to take it back to the ground, get Molly more involved here. I know that Coach Simon has been passing the ball effectively early, but I think more and more as the game goes on, it's going to catch Sun Prairie less by surprise.
I formation, Middleton. Schmidt going to send his tight end in motion. Molly in the backfield. That is going to be a pitch to Molly to the left. Molly going to bring it back to the right, and he'll pick up about 5.
Wow, Sun Prairie ready for that as they were stacking the box once again. I think the linebackers were only 2 or 3 yards off the ball. That's how stacked in that the Sun Prairie Cardinal defense was. Not a lot of room for Molly there. Did the best he could to get 3.
Bring up 3rd and 7.
Molly so far 33 yards on 5 carries, just over 6 yards per carry with a touchdown. So he's been effective on the ground.
Brennan Schmidt awaiting the snap. There it is. Going to be looking to air it out once again. Schmidt pulls it down, fires one across the middle, in and out of the defender's hands. All over that. That should have been an easy interception for Andre Clay, right in his hands.
Sun Prairie needs a turnover and just about had it here as Schmidt does a nice job. He steps up in the pocket, but then throws over the middle late. That's a Cardinal sin. That's one thing they tell every quarterback. Don't throw over the middle late. He tried it, and it very nearly cost him. Right now, 4th down, too long for a field goal, too close for a punt. We'll see the Cardinals go for it. The Middleton Cardinals, that is.
Right off the hands of the linebacker, Andre Clay. 4th and 7. Schmidt looking to pass. He's going to air one out towards the end zone, pulled in, and down at about the 1-yard line on the completion is Noah Robertson.
It's Cody Markle, actually, again. 91 Markle.
91, you're right.
And he is having himself a fantastic game. What a huge target he is. At 6'7", he's a complete mismatch against just about anyone. And a great throw by Schmidt. Lays it right in for a gain of 26. And once again, the Middleton Cardinals are on the doorstep and ready to blow this one wide open.
Not often you have a pass completed to someone wearing a number in the 90s, but that is the case here for Middleton, as they're on the 1-yard line looking to pound it in. Handoff goes to Molly, and that'll be another Middleton touchdown. J&K Security Solutions touchdown. Home theater, home security, and now home automation. J&K Security Solutions integrate your world. And Middleton, we both thought coming in this game would be a bit closer than it is turning out to be, as it is now 20-0 awaiting the extra point for the Middleton Cardinals. On to attempt it is Jacob Mefford.
Well, for Middleton, their worst starting position so far tonight has been their own 47-yard line. When you're playing in the other team's territory every single possession, you should have a 21-0 lead at this time.
Makes it a lot easier. Mefford completes the extra point, making him 3 for 3 on the night. And that, despite just being an extra point, that's not the easiest thing in the world in weather like this. 9:19 left in the half. Middleton up 21-0 over the visiting Sun Prairie Cardinals. Want to thank Al Byers Indoor Comfort System. Feel good in every room of your house with April Air Zone Control. Available at Al Byers. Feel good inside. And it will be Middleton kicking off from left to right. Mefford going to be doing the kicking. Back to return for Sun Prairie. That is Draven Peoples. You've heard us talk quite extensively about him so far early in the game, just kind of waiting for him to break out. Fantastic game last week in his debut.
Yeah, Peoples last week, 23 carries, 182 yards, had 3 touchdowns, including a run of 78 and 45 for pay dirt. He has not been able to get it going here tonight, but who can blame him? I mean, there's just no open space against that Middleton Cardinal defense, which has 10 new players on it from last year. 10 new starters. That's absolutely amazing.
And that'll be received at about the 8. He's going to whab around the 15 and the 20. Coming to the near side out to the 25. One man of 8. He's going to get taken down to about the 25-yard line. And that's where Sun Prairie will take over.
Griffin Gussel, good open field tackle. He's the one that had the interception on the first drive for Sun Prairie. And right now, you know, if you're Coach Kaminsky and you're the Sun Prairie Cardinals, you really need something positive to happen. They only have 21 total yards. They've been going backwards. They've been giving the ball up. They've been giving the ball away in their own territory. At this point right now, you need to at least string together a couple of first downs.
I do want to note that Mefford attempted the extra point. Kicking off was actually Joey Levin. We'll give Joey his credit there on a couple nice kickoffs. That'll be a handoff attempt up to the near side, and that's going to go nowhere for Sun Prairie, once again intended by Faison Thomas.
Sego Henderson's been having himself a game as well. Wherever the ball goes, that's where Henderson is. He's had a tackle for a loss. He's been in the backfield all night. That's his second tackle for a loss on a loss of 2. And I'm really impressed with Sego Henderson. The linebacker actually, or defensive lineman, has just been playing low. And he's been getting low and underneath the offensive lineman. At 5'11", 225, that's a tough guy to block.
2nd and 11 here for Sun Prairie. Unable to move the ball against this stout Middleton defense. Here is snap to Karan looking to pass. Karan under pressure. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down. That's another sack for Middleton. And that time coming in, you had Sego Henderson.
There he is again, and I was watching him right up the middle. If you watch on the KJ replay, he just bowls his man over. It finds the quarterback, drags him down, and Sego Henderson tonight, out of everyone on this Middleton defense, they've all been impressive, but Sego Henderson is having himself a night tonight.
Want to thank Kirsten Goggin for the replay. The KJ replay is Dane County's premier realtor. If you're buying or selling, visit kjsellsmadison.com. 3rd and 17 here for Sun Prairie.
And a bad snap, and boy, did they get that ball back? That could be total disaster. They got it back.
Grant having trouble holding on to that ball a couple times tonight. And that will once again force Sun Prairie to punt. And if they hold on to it, it's going to be great field position again for these Middleton Cardinals.
After the first quarter, Sun Prairie had 26 total yards. 2 possessions into the second quarter. They now have 12 total yards for the game, including -3 yards rushing, a team that ran for over 300 yards last week against Madison West.
This time they have 2 receivers back to try and haul it in. Not the best punt. And that'll be ruled down at about the 40-yard line. So starting in Sun Prairie's field again will be the Middleton Cardinals as they step onto the field. Brennan Schmidt going to look to lead him to another touchdown, just over 7 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, we were talking about this game beforehand and kind of thought, Sun Prairie's been kind of uneven. Middleton hasn't been overly impressive. We might have a tight game here tonight, and we're not seeing that at all as the Middleton defense and special teams has controlled this game, and the Middleton offense doing things that Sun Prairie didn't expect has gotten them some touchdowns.
Schmidt, shotgun once again. Running back lined up to his left. There's that. Schmidt going to keep it himself up the middle. He's not going to go very far. Might get back to the line of scrimmage at best. But Schmidt having a fantastic game here early. Didn't expect that, especially with the stats so far on the season. But he's making a run of that Kelly Stelzer MVP award. Kelly Stelzer, proud to support local high school athletics. You're knowledgeable and trusted realtor. And we said in the first couple weeks, the kids don't know this is a chance to win. But I imagine most of them are tuning into our broadcasts Saturday at 4 and Sundays at 1:30. So might be a little bit added to go out there and have a nice plaque along with a trophy to take back to school and put that in the trophy case. And that is courtesy, once again, of A1 Furniture and Mattress. I want to thank Paul Canarella and all the folks over at A1 Furniture for supporting us this season as our official Bowl Series sponsor. Locally owned and operated since 1980. Find them on the West Beltline Highway or South Stoughton Road. Timeout on the field. That is a Toyota timeout. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be back with more of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series on CW 57 Sports. Welcome back to the A1 Furniture Bowl Series here on CW 57 Sports. It is the Middleton Cardinals up big so far on the Sun Prairie Cardinals, 21-0, 6:28 left in the half. Stay tuned. We have a fantastic halftime show. We have Janet and Lauren here tonight, and it will be the Mad City Frites halftime show. You can visit our friends Mad City Frites on State Street and experience the best fries in Madison. They just introduced sweet potato fries. Those are fantastic.
My family loves them. It's one of the few things I don't eat, but I'm sure they're good.
Great. With the ranch dressing, unbelievable. Hand off to Malley now. Malley going to go to the far side, and he's got an open field. 2 men to beat. Malley lowers the shoulder and bangs it down to the 5-yard line. A huge run. No flag. That will be a Courtesy Ford first down. Courtesy Ford, your new truck destination. And where did this offense come from for Middleton?
It wasn't even on the play that the deception got him. It was the blocking. And a great job up front by that Middleton offensive line, as you see on the replay. They had sucked everybody inside on that. And Molly's able to take it to the outside, show off some of his speed and power at the end as he finishes the run. And once again, the Middleton Cardinals are knocking on the door.
I love the way Molly runs. Downhill, lowers a shoulder, delivers a hit instead of taking a hit. And speaking of taking a hit, that's what Brennan Schmidt's going to take right there, and he's going to go down behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to be in the 6-yard line, bringing up 2nd and goal. Just over 6 minutes left in the half. Middleton already leading 21-0.
Yeah, Cam Molly's one of those guys when he runs that if you remember playing defense or maybe when you were in high school, he's the kind of guy you don't want to tackle. He's just too low to the ground at 5'9", and it looks like he's running like a bowling ball. And a lot of times you hit those guys and it hurts, and that's a good running back to have.
It is one of those guys that can kind of wear down the defense, and he's been doing that so far early in the game. Schmidt back in shotgun. He's going to take it. Look to pass. He's going to toss one up to the corner, a little bit too far for his receiver. That was intended, I believe, for Myron Ashford out there. We'll see here on the KJ replay.
Yeah,
and
so
that,
look
in
at
fact,
the replay
was Myron
too.
Ashford.
Yeah, it sure was. And that's a play where I was watching in warm-ups that Middleton was practicing over and over and over again. That fade at the goal line sometimes can be so effective, and for a quarterback, you got to try to drop it in the bucket. It's a tough throw, but if you could do it, it's almost impossible to defend.
3rd and goal, ball on the 9 here for Middleton. Schmidt takes looking to pass. A quick little turnaround, and that's going to fall incomplete. Good defensive coverage there. That time it was intended for Mitch Bacon. Once again, want to thank our friends at AccuClimb Mechanical Services. Call now and get $40 off their thorough and professional precision tune-up of your furnace. AccuClimb Mechanical Services, you'll feel just right. So 4th and goal here. They're on the 9-yard line. We're going to be attempting a field goal. And on to try that is Mefford. Snap, hold, Mefford kicks it, and that'll be good. Add 3 more to the board as Mefford puts it up and in. That'll make the score 24-0. 5:20 left in the half as Middleton increases their lead.
141 total yards so far for Middleton, just 12 total yards and -3 yards rushing for Sun Prairie tonight. This game has been completely one-sided. It's been played on one side of the field so far.
Completely.
And I think we're kind of shocked by this. I really thought that we'd see a much more even game. Sun Prairie is a pretty highly touted team coming out this season, but Middleton right now is flexing their muscles.
Well, we expected to see the offense of Sun Prairie come out and do something. We knew they were facing a really tough opponent in this Middleton defense, and so far they're not even making a game of it. This Middleton defense is just dominating the ball game. And it
Sago
will
Henderson, Cody Markle. I mean, they've been in the backfield all night long. And, we talked about the fact that the Sun Prairie line needed to impose their will. It's actually the defensive line of Middleton that's been imposing their will on Sun Prairie.
It will be Middleton kicking off once again from left to right.
Rain's really coming down hard here tonight.
For Sun Prairie, Draven Peoples back, waiting for him to have a breakout. You can kind of feel it coming. He's had a couple impressive runs. He's a good young back, but just been eaten up by this Middleton D so far. It does get to Peoples. Peoples out to the 20, the 25, around the corner, the 30, out to the 35, 40. Peoples out to the 45, near the 50. Great return there for Peoples, and that's what we expected to see out of him. Now all he needs is to have one of those on offense, and Sun Prairie, with good starting field position, they're going to mark him actually just across the 45 at the 46-yard line where they're going to take over.
Good blocking that time, good vision by Peoples, and a good explosive run. In fact, he finished the run off well. I like what I see so far of the sophomore running back.
Curran, shotgun. Handoff, that's going to go to his big back, to Marcos Deloney, listed at 5'11", 255. Now that's a bowling ball you don't want to tackle if you're that Middleton defense. They did a good job. Stopped him for about a gain of 5, bringing up 2nd and 5 for Sun Prairie.
255. He's bigger than most of the defensive linemen on this Middleton team. Wow.
Handoff once again, this time to Peoples. Peoples going to go up the middle. He's going to cut it to the right and be just short of a first down. Should bring up about 3rd and 1.
Looking on the KJ replay there again, you're seeing good blocking up front, but what I'm kind of surprised there is that you have a big back in DeMarcos Deloney as the fullback, and then you run plays to the other side of where he's blocking. Why wouldn't you follow a guy that's 255 pounds? If you're going to have that fullback, use him and have him create some holes.
Yeah, almost negates the position if you run away from him. Going to be the handoff, and that's going to be Peoples breaking one up the middle. 10-5, touchdown Sun Prairie, and that's Devin Peoples breaking a big run, a 45-yarder. Actually, no, that'd be a 55-yarder for Devin Peoples. A great run there. That will be a J&K Security Solutions touchdown. Sun Prairie on the board.
We talked about it earlier. We were expecting Draven Peoples to have a big run sometime tonight. Even as good as a Middleton defense is, this kid's just explosive. And once he took off to daylight, there was nobody there, and he blew away from the pack. Really, so far tonight, Draven Peoples, the one thing that's kind of shining through for Sun Prairie on what's been a dreary, damp kind of night for their football team, both literally and figuratively, although Peoples has been shining brightly here.
Alex Oakley on to attempt the extra point. Snap, hold. And that, I believe, is going to be blocked. That's no good. That'll make the score 24-6. Middleton Cardinals with the lead. One more time, want to thank P.F. Chang's our official Big 8 Bowl restaurant partner, fed the entire staff here tonight, and you can help them in reaching their goal of donating $100,000 to fight against breast cancer during the month of October. Try a taco or take a pic and help fight breast cancer. Call P.F. Chang's in Middleton, 831-2488. It is the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series, and we'll be right back on CW 57 Sports. I apologize. I guess we're going to be staying here after that score.
Just saw it on the replay, and Peoples running at daylight. He ran untouched for that touchdown run, and just amazing speed. Out of all the backs we've seen so far this year, he looks the fastest to me just by the eye test.
Yeah, he is fast. We've seen several good backs so far, and he could definitely be up there as one of the quick ones. It will be Sun Prairie kicking off from right to left, and Middleton, assuming they don't get a huge return, this will be their worst starting field position of the game. Here is the kick from Oakley. Middleton going to pick it up at about the 12-yard line. They're going to cross the 20. Bounces off to the near side. And he's going to cross to the 36-yard line. So what you would normally consider great starting field position, still their worst of the ball game so far.
Yeah, and that's kind of funny to say because anybody would love that field position to start a drive with. And Middleton right now with a big lead, still at 18 points. I think before you go into the half here, you got 3:53 on the clock right now. You want to run this clock down a little bit. You want to take your time, no rush here, string together a couple first downs, maybe a score before half, and take this in.
Schmidt waiting the snap. Middleton back on offense now, up 24-6. Going to be the handoff there, and that is going to go to Cam Malley. Cam Malley, he's going to pick up about 6 there. Could be 2nd and 4, and it looks like Middleton has a interesting halftime presentation for us. The end zone to our left has just copious amounts of children in it. Might be the Young Dance Cruiser or something like that, but a lot of kids out there behind the end zone. So we'll see what they got in mind for us here at halftime as we are at Otto Breitenbach Field here in Middleton. Schmidt under center now. Toss to the right to Molly. He's going to cross the 50 down to about the 46-yard line. And that'll be enough for a courtesy Ford first down.
Gain of 12 by Molly, kind of just burrowing his way along, then lowers the shoulders and lowers the boom. I love running backs that can finish a run. Instead of going down easy, instead of, flopping or trying to dive, when you lower the shoulders and burrow into a defense, you really wear a defense out, and that's a nice run by Molly.
Schmidt getting the offense reset. Looking to be trips on the near side. To Schmidt's right. Handoff to Molly. Dive ahead and might pick up half a yard on the play. Going to be looking at about 2nd and 10.
Molly so far tonight, 10 carries, 88 yards, has 2 touchdowns, including he had a long run of 36 yards as well that just was shy of a touchdown. This has been the most productive game that he's had so far this season, as he's yet to eclipse the 100-yard mark. I think he's going to do it in this game. He's got a lot of time to do it, and I think right now Middleton doing a good job. As I talked about, they need to string together some first downs, cut into this clock. Sun Prairie can't do much about it. Take a good lead into halftime.
And there is Schmidt. He's going to be looking to pass. He's going to find the big tight end down on the seam. Cody Markle once again, big number 91, pulling that down. That'll be enough for a courtesy Ford first down. And that will take Middleton down to about the 31-yard line.
I think I'm just impressed with the size of Cody Markle. Not with its height at 6'7" is a huge target. I don't know how you miss him. 3 catches tonight, 51 yards for Markle, who's also played well on defense. He's been one of the bright stars here this evening.
Schmidt I formation. And Sun Prairie with a nice play defensively as they were all over Molly.
Sun Prairie blew that play up with penetration. It was Diamond Beckham. He's a senior, 6'1", 240, that busted through. It looked like two guys were trying to block him. He was able to shed that bust through and force the loss for Molly.
Just over 1 minute left in the half. Once again, stay tuned. We have Janet and Lauren for our Madison City Freeze halftime show coming up in just about a minute of gameplay. Still time here for Middleton. Schmidt controlling the offense, looking at 2nd and 13. Schmidt back to pass. He's going to toss one out to Molly. Molly going to lower the boomstick again and get across the 30-yard line. Clock is ticking down.
I absolutely love this. As you see Molly catching out in space, was able to get by one tackler and then pow, barrels right ahead. And when you're a safety or a corner out there, you just got to take it right in the chest. But that's fun to watch.
Could be looking at a toss-up to Markle here. Schmidt looking to throw it and somehow overthrew Markle. So that tells you how high that pass was. As we've mentioned several times, Markle stands at 6'7". Now 24 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, how do you do that? Markle is open. Schmidt lets it go a little too high as there was no one really around Markle at the 15-yard line, and it was too tall for the 6'7" senior on the play. You really got to throw it up there to get it past his outstretched arms.
As I said, 24 seconds. It is 4th down, 7 to go for the first ball on the 29-yard line. Schmidt shotgun, looking to pass. He has a man open, now under pressure as he rolls to the far side, going to throw it incomplete, and Schmidt got hit hard.
Good job on the defense that time by Sun Prairie. Already the 16th passing attempt by Brennan Schmidt. They just don't do this. This isn't usually Middleton's game, but it's been effective so far tonight.
We definitely did not anticipate that coming into the game. Sun Prairie has the opportunity. 18 seconds left. Might see a toss-up, have a chance for 3 to 4 plays here if they do it smart. See if they can get something on the board besides just those 6 points.
And the safety for Middleton playing about 20 yards off the ball.
And there is Peoples on the run, and he's going to cross the 40-yard line to about the 41. Timeout, 11 seconds left.
Draven Peoples with a gain of 11 there, now has 65 yards on 6 carries, including the 45-yard touchdown run, and another first down for Sun Prairie, just their 3rd of the first half.
Yep, another courtesy Ford first down. And Sun Prairie using another Toyota timeout there.
So are Janet and Lauren going to have to be in the rain here at halftime?
I'm looking at them. They're down on the field. They're in the rain. But as we discussed a little last week, I don't feel bad for them. They got those nice CW fleeces, and they got some fancy hats.
Tonight they need the CW57 ponchos and the CW57 umbrellas.
I think we got the CW57 trash bags.
Is that what it is?
You know, that was my raincoat when I was a kid. Mom poked the holes in the trash bags and sent us off. So we'll see. They put 2 additional seconds on the clock now at 13 seconds here for Sun Prairie. Ball on the 39-yard line. Handoff once again to Peoples. Peoples going to cross the 50. Official goes down. Peoples stays on his feet to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. There was still 2 seconds left on the clock. They got to give that to Sun Prairie as Peoples with a huge run there, just short of getting into the end zone. You can see on the KJ replay, and that's not a good sign for Sun Prairie as Peoples gets up limping.
A gain of 58 yards by Peoples, as luckily the Middleton Cardinals had the angle. I told you that their safety's playing about 20 yards off the ball. That was Joe Ludwig, and it was a good thing he was, because if he was another yard in, Peoples would have been gone for his 2nd touchdown run of the night, and we would have ourselves a ball game, surprisingly.
1 second left on the clock, but more importantly right now, Draven Peoples in a lot of pain sitting on the field and we're going to let the safety crew take a look at him. We'll be right back at Otto Breitenbach Field. Here it is, the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series on CW57 Sports. Back here in Middleton, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series, it is the Big 8 Bowl. And good news is Draven Peoples up and walking off the field under his own power. Stayed down for a while. I wouldn't think it'd be a cramp, but he's put that Sun Prairie team on his back as they are now on the 3-yard line. 1 second left. This will be the last play of the half. And now Middleton calling a Toyota timeout.
And Coach Simon very animated and demonstrative on the sidelines. He wanted that timeout and was running down out by the 20-yard line, just trying to get somebody's attention as he did not want that play to go off.
No, so it is a big opportunity here, and Coach Simon just laying into his kids here off the sideline. It could be a big opportunity for Sun Prairie right before the half. This will be the last play as they put 1 second back on the clock. Score 24-6 in favor of Middleton. And make sure you stay tuned. We do have the Mad City Freaks halftime show coming up right after this play. We have Janet and Lauren standing by, along with that big trophy, and they're going to take you through halftime. Rich and I will be back for the second half in the Big 8 Bowl. And here we are back to game action for Sun Prairie. Grand shotgun looking to pass. He's going to toss one up. And that's going to be completed out of bounds. Pass intended for Nate Verstegen.
Wow, huge play. That really could have tilted this half with all the momentum on Sun Prairie's side. Nice toss up in the back of the end zone, but just a little too far out. As you might see on the KJ replay here, is that just missed on that one and taking a touchdown in a halftime. That could have swung this game around 180.
You know what? I tell you, that injury to Peoples, that changed that entire last play. You knew Sun Prairie was going to be handing off to him as he had 2 huge runs there. You see Verstegen able to come down with a catch, but good defense there. Oh, he did drop it at the last second,
ball
but
got away from him.
Just pushed out of bounds and fell incomplete. So here we are in halftime. Score is 24-6 in favor of the home Middleton Cardinals. Middleton at 4-0. A win tonight will secure them a spot in the playoffs to make it 20 straight years. Sun Prairie fighting for the chance to just be eligible for the playoffs. They're at 2-2 right now. And the most impressive thing of this game is we did not expect to see this for the Middleton offense. Cam Malley has only rushed for 362 yards on the season. Brennan Schmidt has only thrown for 387 yards on the season. These guys are very impressive tonight as a team, as not only the Middleton defense has looked fantastic, but the Middleton offense as well.
Yeah, and what they have done is they've played the game in the Sun Prairie side of the field almost exclusively, but Sun Prairie almost able to tilt it back the other way thanks to the legs of Draven Peoples.
Well, once again, 24-6 is the score and halftime. Middleton Cardinals with the lead. It is time for the Mad City Freaks halftime show, and for that, we're going to toss it down to Lauren and Janet. Ladies, what do you have going on?
Welcome back to the Mad City Freaks halftime show.
That's right. We're down on some very soggy sidelines with a great game, though, and also with the athletic director at Middleton High School, Bob Jowers. Bob, thanks for joining us down here in this little downpour.
Seems like that's all we do is play in rain nowadays.
That's what it's been lately. How long have you been athletic director at Middleton, Bob?
Athletic director for 15 years. This is actually my 20th year at the high school.
Congratulations.
Very impressive. So we know that along with that, you also had a hand in hiring the head coach out there. So we were hoping that maybe you could spill a little secret about him for us.
I did. Mr. Simon is one of our physics teachers at the high school. So you know he's got a mind for football. He's done a wonderful job. I think we've got a 19-year record of being in the playoffs. I hired him about 12 years ago it was, and he's just done a fantastic job. Actually, the whole staff has. I mean, I think this is our strongest staff that we've had in many years.
Very impressive.
So any fun little secrets that you want to share about Coach Simon?
Oh, about Coach Simon? Fun. Oh, well, he is a big trivia buff. He's always at Quaker Steak and Lube on Monday nights for a trivia night, and he has a team there, so that's a little bit.
There you have it. That's where Coach Simon is. You said Monday nights?
Monday nights, oh.
All right.
The guy loves pepper, too. He'll pepper anything.
Thanks for that inside track.
What a
All
tip.
right, we will come right back. We're at the Mad City Frites halftime show. This is the A1 Furniture Bowl Series, the Big 8 Bowl.
Yeah, that's
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Mad City Frites halftime show right here on the A1 Furniture Halftime Bowl. Now, standing with us now is Corey Whalen from Capital Brewery, and he also happens to be the middle school football coach.
Yes.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us here today. And these guys out here, these are your seniors, aren't they?
Yes, I coached them for 5 years through 4th through 8th grade. So they're kids that I know very, very well, and got a chance to watch them grow up in the football program in Middleton. So it's very
What
exciting.
a treat that must be.
Yeah.
That's got to be very satisfying for you.
Yeah.
So we are obviously at a big rivalry game
Yes.
with Sun Prairie. I want to know, that's got to be a rivalry in the middle school as well, and you just had a game with Sun Prairie, correct?
Yes, last week we played them, and the last 2 years they had beat us, and we ended up coming up on top last week. So very close competitive games with Sun Prairie, so it's very awesome.
Congratulations on that win.
Thank you.
Now, of course, Cap Brew is a big bragging point for you, but I know you must have some other accomplishments you're very proud of as well right here in Middleton.
Yeah, we got a great lacrosse program that plays in the spring, and we ended up being state champs last year. So a lot of these same football kids play lacrosse in high school too. So it's very cool that we got 2 great athletic programs like that the kids participate in.
There's so much to be proud of there. Well, we will be right back with more Mad City Frites halftime show right here at the A1 Furniture Bowl Series.
Welcome back to the Mad City Frites halftime show. This is the A1 Furniture Bowl Series, Week 5, and we are on a soggy field in Middleton. The Sun Prairie Cardinals against the Middleton Cardinals. We're going to take a little break from athletics and talk academics with the principal of Middleton High School. I have Principal Plank, or Steve Plank also. Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
So you and I were talking a little bit earlier that you have a fantastic turnout despite the weather, and that outside of the classroom activities and involvement are really important to you and your students. Talk to me about that, because that's something you guys work pretty hard on.
Yeah, indeed. It's been a goal of ours for quite some time to address the involvement and the engagement of our students beyond the classroom. And we were happy last year that we came very close. We had about 300, just over 300 students who really weren't involved in anything outside of the classroom. And so they're a target group for us, but we really believe that if they're involved in this kind of stuff and the things that go on beyond the classroom, that they'll also be really engaged in the classroom as well.
Yes, and speaking of that engagement, you have some students that I'm sure you're very proud of. I read that you had some National Merit semifinalists at Middleton High School. I think eight of these students, is that correct?
Yes, this year we celebrated with 8 of our students who were recognized as that less than 1% in the nation, and yet we're proud of the academic endeavors of all of our students. Upwards of 90% or just over 90% of our students explore education beyond high school once they've graduated. And we look at the totality of all of our kids. We have over 555 students who take advanced placement classes, taking over 1,000 tests in the spring and performing very, very well. So we're proud of what they do in the classroom as well as what they're doing outside of the classroom.
That is something definitely to be proud of. I think I read that 1.5 million kids take that test, and like you said, fewer than 1% actually are semifinalists. Congratulations, and welcome back. This is your second year at Middleton High School. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more Mad City Frites halftime show.
Right here at the A1 Furniture Bowl Series. I've got with me now a bunch of students from the Middleton student section, and as you guys can tell, they're definitely dressed in a theme. So could you tell me a little bit about this theme tonight?
Yeah, tonight's theme is whiteout. each year we go through a phase on Facebook where we decide what games we're going to do, and so this year it took a lot of debates, and we thought whiteout would be perfect for Sun Prairie. The rain makes it even better.
I love it. I love it.
So what is the democratic process of deciding on your different themes throughout the season? Who wants to answer that?
You know, we have a Facebook page with all of us on it. We just kind of collectively agree on it. You know, what would be good for the occasion, what will everyone get into, what will everyone kind of do together, and it kind of unites the whole student section together, and it kind of makes us just one overall. One big unit.
I love it. I love the coordination there. Absolutely. And now, last but not least, we know that there are a lot of Cardinal mascots out there. So can you guys tell us why your Middleton Cardinals are the best Cardinals?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that Middleton is the best city in the world, and that the Cardinals are the best team in the world. And you know, there's a lot of teams in the area, but I truly believe no team in the state has more spirit than the Middleton Cardinals. We're so dedicated, and we just love what we do. I mean, look at those fans.
We got a lot of great support here for the Middleton Cardinals. I love it. Well, thank you guys all for joining us.
Cards Fever!
We'll be right back with more Mad City Freaks halftime show. You're watching the A1 Furniture Bowl Series, Middleton Cardinals versus the Middleton Sun Prairie Cardinals. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Mad City Freaks halftime show. This is the A1 Furniture High School Bowl Series, and we're down on the field here at Middleton High School, where Middleton Cardinals are taking on the Sun Prairie Cardinals, a big rivalry game. With us, we have the athletic director again, Bob Jowers. We're going to talk something besides football.
We've just got so much to say, so much to talk about with Bob.
What else is going on besides football? Football's been great for so long at Middleton. Let's give a shout out to some of the other things going on.
I sure will, but can I tell something? This is what an athletic director does. Kent, there's 5 minutes left, 5 minutes. That tells the other teams when it's time to come on out.
Look at him live and in action right now.
But anyways, yes, we've had very exciting teams happening. Things, obviously football, we're ranked 8th in the state, and I can tell you the truth, I didn't see this coming. I hope it continues 24-6. That's a nice start of the half. But we have all of our fall sports are doing amazing. I think our principal talked about our participation. We have 768 kids that are out for a fall sport.
That is almost half your student body, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And so that's great. The more that they get involved, the better they're going to do in school. It just keeps an extra set of eyes on kids. So we're very happy about that. We have our girls golf team is doing great. They just are ranked 2nd in the state, I believe. Cross-country teams are both very powerful and should send, if not both teams, to state. Hopefully a lot of individuals. Our girls swimming team is ranked in the top 5 in state. We have a big volleyball tournament for girls tomorrow, actually, so come on out. It starts at 9 o'clock.
Probably be a lot drier than this game.
Yeah, it will. There's 14 teams from around the state, so it should be good competition. And then early in October, we have a boys volleyball tournament too.
I like what you said about having an extra pair of eyes on your students. Just bringing out a real well-rounded student is important. And don't you have an athletic code or something for your athletes? What is that?
Yeah, it's not just an athletic code. We have an athletic activities code. So all of our clubs are under it as well, which, obviously you have you can't drink, you can't smoke tobacco, you can't do drugs, but it also has unlawful stuff. You don't want to have your kids doing that. We're working hard with the students. Oh, they got a little dance going on there. But we're trying to work with them work with us so that we can become great great sports.
Absolutely, and they're held to a high standard on and off the field, and I think that just makes them such a great, well-rounded student coming out of Middleton. That's fantastic.
All right, well, we better head back. We have some cheerleaders coming up that'll be sending us into the second half. We'll be right back with more halftime show.
That's right.
Thanks.
We're back with the close of the Mad City Freaks halftime show, and we have a fantastic surprise in store for you guys.
That's right. We have the cheer team. They're going to send us off into the second half and cheer on those Cardinals. Here they go.
Welcome back to the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl Series here on CW57 Sports. My name is Ryan Ashker, joined by Rich Reynolds here tonight, and we have seen a game we did not anticipate. We expected this one to be a hard-hitting, run-heavy game, especially due to the weather here. Middleton came in at 4-0, one win away from qualifying for the playoffs for the 20th straight season. Sun Prairie coming in all tied up at 2-2, just trying to hold on to their playoff lives. And Sun Prairie has had a great offense this season. Middleton has not, but their defense has been stout. And it's been exact opposite tonight. That Middleton defense still looking fantastic, but man, has their offense come alive.
And been pass happy as well. Brennan Schmidt in the first half for Middleton, 8 of 16, 96 yards and a touchdown. That's as productive as he's been through the air all season long. Cam Molly as well, 11 carries, 86 yards, averaging almost 8 yards per carry here in the first half, 181 yards of total offense for Middleton. It's kind of funny, Sun Prairie had 21 yards of total offense going deep into the second quarter until Draven Peoples exploded. 3 runs of 45, 11, 58. Peoples at the half, 7 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown. He has been the offense for Sun Prairie.
And now the question is, will we see Peoples in the second half? He was hurt on his last big carry that nearly led to a Sun Prairie touchdown. I want to be sure to thank our cameramen tonight, doing a fantastic job out there in the rain, guys. Thank you very much. Also down in the booth, we got Tony and Brennan producing, doing a great job. And I tell you what, we got to thank Tony, because Tony hooked us up with P.F. Chang's tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And, man, that was fantastic. Hey, make sure you folks head out to P.F. Chang's here in Middleton and help them reach their goal of donating $100,000 to fight against breast cancer during the month of October. So fantastic cause we can all get behind. P.F. Chang's behind that as well. It's the Try a Taco or Take a Pic promotion to help fight breast cancer. P.F. Chang's in Middleton is 831-2488. I had that orange chicken with some rice and cheesecake, and man, that was a fantastic way to start a broadcast here tonight. You know, we got it easy. We're up in this fantastic media booth with the rain coming down. We're dry as a bone up here. We got our water and our stats and all of our papers, and we're doing good. Those cameramen out there braving the elements tonight, so we want to thank those guys. And still a great crowd here in Middleton for this Big 8 matchup.
It's kind of funny, though, the fans, a lot of them have umbrellas. The ones that don't have kind of embraced the rain and have decided they're just going to be drenched all night long. It's a good night for it. It's about 65, 70 degrees.
It's warm.
It could be worse.
Well, Middleton will start the second half with the ball. Sun Prairie kicking off from left to right on your screen. And there is a new kicker in the game from Sun Prairie. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And that's a fumble. Muff kickoff. Sun Prairie's going to take that. And I don't know why you don't just let that go out of bounds. You get the ball at the 40-yard line. Instead, he tried to pick it up on the hop, bounced off his chest, and Sun Prairie down there to make a recovery. And on that, dropping it for Middleton, that was Trayvon Turner, the junior running back. So as I said right before the kickoff, not sure if something happened to Alex Oakley, but with the whole team in the locker room, they had one kid out kicking, one kid out punting, and it looks like it paid off here to start the second half.
Absolutely, and it's just what Sun Prairie needed to get back into this football game. We talked about how Middleton had the ball in Sun Prairie's territory and started drives there all night long in the first half. Well, now it's Sun Prairie's turn to start on a drive at the 22-yard line of Middleton, and boy, they could use a touchdown in a big way.
And no Drayvon Peoples in the backfield. Instead, you have Faison Thomas, who's also had a pretty solid game so far for Sun Prairie, led by J.P. Coran. Coran, he's going to hand it off to Thomas. Thomas going to go to the left side, pick up about 5 on the carry.
You see a little extra spring in the step of the Sun Prairie Cardinals. They were fired up after that turnover to start the second half, and Thomas picks up 5 going over the left side with a re-energized Sun Prairie team.
And if you go back to right before halftime, Sun Prairie had the opportunity to score at the 1-yard line. Imagine the momentum swing that would have taken place here. They would have scored there and then got this kickoff deep in Middleton territory. Regardless, Sun Prairie set up with great field position here. Here's Kerrang going to launch one up, and that's going to fall incomplete, intended for Marquise Reuter, the senior wide receiver, and just a little bit short.
Kind of surprised on that play that wasn't pass interference. It looked like he was trying to make his way back to the ball, and the defender didn't turn around at first and made contact, pushed the receiver off his route, but no pass interference here, and a big third down coming up for Sun Prairie.
Here is the handoff, and that'll pick up just a couple. Good news for Sun Prairie. That is Drayvon Peoples back in the game for Sun Prairie here. That'll bring up about 4th and 4. And if I'm Sun Prairie, I'm going for it here.
Yeah, no choice here. I think you have to go for it. You talked about having a new kicker. Well, instead, they're going to bring him out, it looks like, and maybe try for the field goal here. He was kicking in the rain from this distance as he was warming up, as you're looking at about a 33-yard field goal.
And coming in a kick, that is backup quarterback Marty Stray. As I said, Alex Oakley, something must have happened to him, or they just weren't happy with his performance as they had a new punter and kicker. And that's what you get. You're going to have a blocked field goal attempt there for Sun Prairie, and that's not what they wanted with Stray coming in to attempt that. Had to kick it low to try to get the distance. And you see here just great penetration on the KJ replay by that Middleton defense once again.
And what happened there, too, it was a high snap, and that takes extra time then for the holder to have to catch it, bring the ball all the way down. Just that extra half second is what caused the kick to be blocked. And, boy, Sun Prairie had all the momentum in the world, couldn't put points up on the board, and now Middleton once again takes control of this football game.
Middleton led by Brennan Schmidt and Cam Malley. Schmidt under center. 3 receivers to the right side. Hand off to Malley. He's going to go to the right, and he's going to go straight through that Sun Prairie line. Could be taken by some linebackers. Nice gain on the play. Looks to be about 7. Should be about 2nd and 3 here. Want to thank Kirsten Goggin, Dane County's premier realtor. If you're buying or selling, visit kjsellsmadison.com. Bringing us all of our replays tonight and all season long right here on the A1 Furniture Bowl Series.
And on the replay, you see nothing fancy there, just straight ahead running. Looked like a dive play or off tackle. Nothing fancy, just push ahead, get some good yards on first down.
I formation here by Middleton. Handoff once again to Malley. He's going to look up the middle, maybe pick up 1 to 2 on that. It'll bring up 3rd and short.
Again, Middleton in control of the game, up by 18 into the second half now. I think you're going to see a heavy dose of the run game. They got the lead by throwing the ball. Now you keep the lead by running it.
I agree. Want to thank Al Byers Indoor Comfort System. Feel good in every room in your house with April zone control. Available at Al Byers. Feel good inside. Officially a 3rd and 1 here for Middleton. It's a short one. Schmidt going to try to take himself, and from here it did not look like he got it. Good penetration there by Sun Prairie, and that will be close.
I think he got it. All he had to do was touch that 30-yard line, and the ball did touch it, and so they are going to move the chains.
You'll see here on the KJ replay, Schmidt able to bust ahead and does cross that 30. That
Good
will be
shot.
a courtesy Ford first down for Middleton. As we are a couple minutes in here to the second half. Score once again 24-6 in favor of the Middleton Cardinals.
A nice shot by our cameraman on the sidelines there to show that that ball did indeed just rest on the 30 to get the first.
And looks like a muff snap there going to Schmidt. Schmidt appears like he fell on top of that. Actually, luckily falling on top of that was William Braxton.
Again, a wet field, a wet football, very hard. We've seen that happen a lot tonight. And I think, you know, if you're Coach Simon right now, you got to tell your guys, listen, even more important than getting first downs, even more important than yards right now is that we hold on to the football. Don't give Sun Prairie a short field. We got a great defense. The worst that could happen is we go 3 and out, punt it away, and let them try to score against our D.
4 wide receiver set, 2nd and 10. Delay of game on Middleton, and that will be an O'Reilly Auto Part penalty flag. A big thank you to O'Reilly Auto Parts and their commitment to support local high school athletics. Better part, better prices every day. And you know what? You mentioned the wet field and the wet ball. That changes the whole dynamic of the ball from center to quarterback to running back or receiver. When those balls become waterlogged, they gain weight. It's a completely different feeling for those skill positions that hold the ball. It changes your whole approach, especially at the high school level.
And even though the ball's dimpled, it gets slick as well.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Quick toss out. Schmidt looking for the completion. He'll pick up just a couple. That goes out to Myron Ashford, the junior.
Ashford on the catch, his first catch of the night. Right now for Schmidt, he has 98 yards passing on 17 attempts so far and 9 completions. That's a lot of attempts. I mean, really surprising that Middleton's put the ball in the air that much.
Well, a lot of attempts because it is Middleton, and even more so in the weather we have tonight as it is still coming down here at Otto Breitenbach Field. 3rd and 13 for Middleton. Schmidt, shotgun. There's snap. Schmidt looking to throw. Going to find an open receiver, and he is short of the first down. Going to break a tackle across the 50 down to the 40 to the 35-yard line. A huge courtesy Ford first down. That time completed to Mitch Bacon. We've called his name a couple times tonight, and we do have a Sun Prairie Cardinal down on the field, and that looks to be Nathan Coy, the junior D-back. Not sure what happened there, but you see here on the pass connected, 2 Sun Prairie receivers just bounce off of each other, and that's going to let Bacon get up and run all the way down to the 35. It actually looked there as if Coy was hit by his own player there trying to make the tackle.
That happens a lot on defense. You called Bacon's name a few times tonight, but that's actually his first catch. Goes for 38 yards. Coming into the game, he was the leading receiver for Middleton with 13 catches and 135 yards, and a great job on 3rd and long to get all you needed and plenty as he didn't go down, kept his feet about him, moved the sticks, and now Middleton really taking control here in the second half.
Coy gets up under his own power and trots off to the Sun Prairie sideline, so that's obviously a good sign. You hate to see any of these young student athletes get severely hurt, and so far this season we've been very lucky not seeing anything too severe.
Yeah, in 4 games, I think we've just seen the cart come out once, and, you know, that's what you really hope for. You don't want to see
he even
anybody
returned to the
taken off.
sideline.
Yep.
So that was good. Schmidt now with a 1st and 10. Back to shotgun, receiver, running back lined up to his right. And it will be handed off to Molly. And Molly going to be attacked at the backfield. Going to be about a loss of 3 there.
Good penetration that time by the Sun Prairie defense to get Molly in the backfield before he got going, and a loss on the play of 3 yards. But again, I think right here, the thing you want to do, and if you're Cam Molly, put 2 hands on that football. He had one hand out there, and that ball's sticking out there. And it's real dangerous because a fumble here, say the fumble gets returned for a touchdown, turns this game on its ear, and you don't need to do that. You don't need the yards. You just need control of the ball.
Molly lined up to the left of Schmidt. Schmidt back to pass. Looking to dump off to Molly. Changes his mind, whips it across, intended for Bacon. That ball falls incomplete at the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 13. Want to thank Mad City Freeze for bringing us the halftime show. You can visit them on State Street and experience the best fries in Madison. If you tune into the restaurant show on CW57, you actually saw Taylor came in this week and talked with me from Mad City Freeze, and I was one of the first people that got to try the new sweet potato fries from Mad City Freeze. Absolutely fantastic. Head over there and try that out. I don't think I could have any tonight after that P.F. Chang's we put down earlier tonight. Schmidt once again shotgun formation. Molly lined up to his left side. Handoff does go to Molly. Oh, nope, Schmidt keeps it. Fooled me, he's gonna pass it this time complete down to Bacon across the 20. Down to the 15-yard line, and that'll be reception number 2 for Bacon. He's been targeted more than anyone else from Middleton tonight, but just his second reception, and that will be another Courtesy Ford first down. Courtesy Ford, your new truck destination, and that puts Middleton in the red zone.
This time a nice job by Brennan Schmidt rolling to his left, throwing against his body, but buying time. As Bacon started on the other side of the field, he had to come all the way across. That takes time to do, and a good job by Schmidt, just giving himself enough time, finding Bacon for 24 yards. Bacon now on this series actually has 2 catches for 62 yards.
Schmidt drops back, fakes the pass, going to take it himself right up the middle, gain about 1 on the play. Now Middleton taking a lot of time now. Schmidt's actually coming all the way over to the sidelines, getting the call, going back to the huddle. They're not in any rush here. They got a big lead, so it doesn't hurt to take some time off the clock. It is 2nd and 9, ball on the 13-yard line.
Yeah, you see on the replay, good job by Schmidt to be able to cover up that football. You don't want to get stripped in a sea of bodies.
2 running backs now. Schmidt again looking to pass. He's going to dump it off to Molly. Molly open in the backfield. He's going to juke one man, get in the 10-5, touchdown, Middleton. That is a J&K Security Solution touchdown. Home theater, home security now, and home automation. J&K Security Solutions, integrate your world. And if we have the KGA replay on that, a fantastic read, looking off the defenders for Schmidt, finding Molly, and Molly just had to make one man miss, hit the gas, and put it on. You see here in the open field, just a juke to the inside, goes to the out, gets around one man, a couple arm tackles.
Yeah, Molly doing that little juke move and the little dip, and he's able to get in, and great job of an open space of Cam Molly being able to work it into the end zone, and the Middleton Cardinals right now may have put this game on ice.
Extra point up and good. That makes the score 31-6, just over 5 minutes left in the third quarter. It is the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl series here on CW57 Sports, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the A1 Furniture Bowl series on CW57 Sports as the Middleton Cardinals put another one in the end zone to make it 31-6, just over 5 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Middleton came into this game just averaging over 23 points a game, and a lot of that was set up on defense and special teams. But tonight, the offense has absolutely exploded so far for Middleton. 173 yards passing, 94 yards rushing, 267 yards of total offense. Even when they've worked with a short field, the Middleton Cardinals are putting the ball in the end zone.
And here is the kickoff going to Sun Prairie, received at the 15, he's out to the 20. Now across the 25, looking for an opening out to the 30, 35, 40. Nearly stayed in bounds there, and he would have broke it. They'll be marked out at about the 40-yard line, and that's where Sun Prairie will take over.
That time, Jalen Taylor, he's just a junior, 5'10", 165 pounds, also listed as a running back. We haven't seen him in the backfield here tonight, but looks like another guy that has some speed for the Sun Prairie Cardinals.
Sun Prairie hustles up to the line. Interesting offensive lineup here. Coran standing next to a running back and has another one lined up behind him. Almost an odd queen formation. Coran launches one downfield, and that's going to be an interception. Middleton ball coming down with that was number 19 for Middleton, Joe Ludwig. And that's not what Coran needed there.
Yeah,
really
that ball
overthrew
just got
his
away
receiver.
on him, yeah. Absolutely got away on him. Ludwig's done a nice job at safety tonight. It's taken good angles, made a touchdown-saving tackle against Draven Peoples right before the end of the first half. Now comes up with an interception. And boy, what a tough night passing tonight for J.P. Curran. Second interception of the game. He has completed just one pass tonight as he came into tonight hitting on 61.8%. Tonight he's only hit on 1 of 6 with 2 picks.
Yeah, not what you expect out of Curran at all. Don't know if it's the rain, the weather, or just a big game against Middleton that's messing with him, but not having a great night. We expect him to do big things tonight. Middleton now back on offense. Schmidt still in the ball game. He's going to be sacked and give up the ball. And Sun Prairie now will take control. Falling on that is Lane Gugger.
Big turnover here for Sun Prairie, and they're on their last breath. Talk about needing it. They blitzed the quarterback, and I'm surprised. Again, I think it was a screen that was trying to be set up. It wasn't really going well, but why is Middleton going to the air again? I think you just ground it out at this point. When you got a 25-point lead in the third quarter, keep it on the ground.
I agree. We want to thank AccuClimate Mechanical Services. Call now and get $40 off their thorough and professional precision tune-up of your furnace. AccuClimate Mechanical Services, you'll feel just right. Sun Prairie with the ball. Another bad snap. Going to be handed off to Peoples. Peoples going to find an opening, and he's going to get it inside the 20. Now Sun Prairie in the red zone, and this is the Peoples we expected to see. A couple nice runs he just put together. I apologize. That wasn't even Peoples. That was Faison Thomas in there with the run.
Faison Thomas with his best run of the night at 11 yards as he has 8 carries for 31 yards and some good aggressive running as he tries to split a couple of defenders right there and keeps his legs moving for a first.
Handoff once again to Thomas. Thomas is going to go right behind center to left. Goes nowhere as Middleton collapses that hole quickly on him.
Called his number all night long. It's 55. Sago Henderson right in the middle again. And it's amazing how low he gets and can't be driven off the ball. He's been stuffing the run all night long. And for a guy who's 5'11", 225 is not very big. But just like Coach Simon told us, they got to rely on their quickness and they got to rely on their technique. And Sago Henderson has been absolutely terrific at both.
Sun Prairie now facing a 2nd and 7 on the 16-yard line. Curran going to keep it. He's going to come to the right. Pick up just a couple yards following his running back. Good seal there by that Sun Prairie offensive line.
And now they're in a spot here on 3rd down where they got to make something happen. You got to convert here, and if it goes to 4th down, you got to go for that too. We're past the point of field goals. Sun Prairie needs a 1st down, and then they need a touchdown.
Looking at about 3rd and 3 here for Sun Prairie. Another bad snap, and then a fumble, and geez, that's going to lead to another touchdown for the Middleton Cardinals. That ball was fumbled about 4 different times, and that's going to be the big dog going in there for a touchdown. Big number 71, Max Elliott, the junior. And you love the excitement anytime one of the Hogs up front goes in for a touchdown. That is a J&K Security Solutions touchdown. Home Theater, Home Security, and now Home Automation. J&K Security Solutions integrate your world.
And I think Coach Kabalka, the defensive coordinator for Middleton, is going to love this. You know, a lot of times you tell defenders, especially linemen, just fall on the ball. Fall on the ball. Don't try to pick it up. But you got to like the aggressiveness to try to put the game away. And that's what Elliott did. He had some time, took his time, gently caressed the football, and then ran with it like a truck to the end zone and put the nail in the coffin as Middleton has taken complete control of this football game.
And extra point is up and good. That'll make it 38-6 now for Middleton. And it looked there. Another bad snap to Curran then fumbled it. Then it looked like Faison was going to get it. Here you see on the KJ replay. Here Faison fumbles it again. So that ball was really fumbled about 3 times before Middleton was able to pick it up. And not only can he move for a big man, but he had all his buddies behind him.
He's trucking.
There wasn't anyone in white going to chase him down there on that touchdown.
he's been probably dreaming about that. And when you're on defense, anytime you can score a touchdown, it's always a huge deal.
It is.
And he had to feel great as he's running. The only thing that was missing there is, like in the NFL or college where they're looking up at the board to see if anybody's on their tail. That's the only thing that was missing as Elliott trekked to the end zone.
That'll be a highlight of the season for that kid. Once I switched from offense to defense in college and semi-pro, I had, I think, 2 touchdowns, actually both here at Otto Breitenbach Field for the Madison Mustangs, and that's the biggest thrill in the world. And I was a linebacker. Linebackers can score once in a while. For those linemen, man, that's got to be exciting.
Absolutely.
I almost want to give him the play of the game.
Right? It was beautiful.
And that's going to be a little squib kick. Sun Prairie will take it out to the 35. Now across the spin move out to the 40 to 41-yard line before he's taken down. And not bad field position here for Sun Prairie to take over. But there is 3:18 left in the third quarter. Scores 38-6. And this Middleton defense has been very impressive. Speaking of the Kelly Stelzer MVP Award, Kelly Stelzer is proud to support local high school athletics. Kelly Stelzer, you're knowledgeable and trusted realtor.
Bet you Coach Kaminsky talks about ball security during practice this week. 4 turnovers right now for Sun Prairie. They also turn the ball over on downs, and that has really led to the blowout score. If there weren't those turnovers, you'd see a much more even game.
Well, and the frustrating thing for Sun Prairie is as Faison takes it up the middle here, Sun Prairie, especially Coach Kaminsky, he stresses that each and every week about turnovers. That's a huge thing to him. And it's just not working out for his team tonight. I know a couple of the assistant coaches that work with the JV, Jeff Russell and LaRon Ragsdale, they teach their JV kids that when they get called up, they want the same thing as does Coach Kaminsky. And it's just not working out tonight. There's a lot of turnovers for this Sun Prairie team. Another, this time, draw to Faison, and he's going to be attacked by a whole flock of Middleton Cardinals, I guess you could say. And we haven't seen Peoples but maybe twice in this second half.
Yeah, and he was hurting, and you know what, at this point, maybe you don't even want to put him in because the score is no longer in doubt. Cody Markle on the tackle on that play, and how many times have we called his number, whether it's been on offense or defense. Cody Markle has sparkled tonight. If this score was a little bit closer, you might say that Draven Peoples could be the player of the game, but the score is lopsided as it is. Cody Markle's a contender for that player of the game award.
He really is. I was just thinking that myself. As we got a 3rd and 10 here from the 41-yard line for Sun Prairie. Karan takes a snap. He's looking to pass. Karan, everyone well covered downfield. Karan will take it himself, cut up across the middle, and he'll pick up about 8. There is an O'Reilly Auto Parts penalty flag on the field. We'll see what that call is. But Karan making something out of nothing. That was great coverage by the Middleton secondary.
And it might have been too great, as you might see some defensive holding. It's usually the call holding you up on the defense.
There it is.
It's going to be an automatic first down. Just the second penalty on the night for Middleton, and just the 4th penalty in the game overall. There's been a lot of turnovers, but it's been clean when it comes to the Hankies on the field.
Very clean, and we do want to make sure we thank our friends at A1 Furniture and Mattress, our official Bowl Series sponsor, locally owned and operated since 1980. You can find them on the West Beltline Highway or South Stoughton Road. A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Boy, watching on the replay, though, that was good protection by that Sun Prairie offensive line. A lot of times you see in high school, kids are good at run blocking and not as good as pass blocking because it takes more technique.
Very different schemes.
Yeah, absolutely, but they did a nice job of forming a good pocket for Coran on that one.
Looking out into the crowd here, it was more spread out. Everyone kind of combined together to share the safety of the umbrellas, it looks like here.
Absolutely.
A big grouping right at about the 50-yard line. So Karan now with a 1st and 10. Karan back, looking to pass. He's going to dump it off to Faison to the near side. Faison across the 40, down to the 35. Faison pushed out at about the 30-yard line. And not a bad little dump off there for Sun Prairie.
First catch of the night for Faison Thomas goes for a first down. As Sun Prairie now starting to move the chains, maybe a little, too little, too late. But at this point, you want to take whatever you can get because you got to play next week.
Yep.
And you want to build some momentum, and you want to say, hey, we were able to have a nice drive against a tough defense and bring that momentum into the next game.
Another courtesy Ford first down, this time for Sun Prairie. Another bad snap, and Karan has to fall on it.
All night long, and that's just what it's been. We talked about how different the football is and what the rain can do. The rain still coming down, not quite as hard as it was in the first half, but still pretty good rainfall out there. And this field, they play on field turf. It doesn't get as wet. There's good drainage, but you get all these little rubber balls all over as well.
Yeah.
And they start sticking to your hands. They stick to your uniform. They're on your helmet. They're kind of everywhere, and it even makes it harder to grip that football.
Well, especially in the rain, you're going to be pulling those little rubber pellets out of every crevice on your body for about the next week.
Ew.
Oh, God, it's horrible. It is a fantastic field to play on, but those little rubber pellets are everywhere. Pick them out of your hair 3 days after the game. Here's a pass down the middle. That falls incomplete. Karan intended that for number 86 for Sun Prairie, Walker Jenkins.
And Jenkins just going over the middle. I don't think it was a case of alligator arms. It looked like he was going to take a pretty big hit. He didn't necessarily lay out for it, but at this point, why would you? I think Jenkins just led a little too much right there. But it's tough to pass, period. It's harder to pass when it's this wet.
Yeah. Bringing up 3rd and 13 from the 34-yard line. Karan taking a lot of time. Karan looking to pass. He's going to step, throw, and that was way short of his intended target.
Good pocket once again by the Sun Prairie line. We haven't seen a lot this evening of Andrews coming into the game. He was the leading sack man for Middleton at 5 sacks. We have seen Cody Merkel, who has had a couple of sacks here tonight to go along with his good game on offense, but that pass rush hasn't been there here in the second half as Karen's had plenty of time to throw the football.
Now 4th and 13. Sun Prairie going to be going for it. Faison Thomas lined up to the left of Karan. Karan looking to pass. Under a lot of pressure, and he's going to be taken down. And once again, number 55, Merkel, another sack.
Sago Henderson gets low, gets busy, and gets his man as on defense. Boy, it's hard to tell. Has it been Merkel or has it been Henderson? And it's both of them meeting at the quarterback, 91 and 55 sharing a sack. But Sago Henderson has been in the backfield all night long, and if it wasn't for what Merkel's been doing offensively, I think Sago Henderson's your player of the game.
He could be. I have 55 written down. I'm thinking Sago right now, but it could easily be Merkel. Maybe we'll make him split it. We'll see what happens here in the 4th quarter. And this is going to be a handoff. This time it's going to go for Middleton to Noah Hellbach, listed at 6'1", 202.
Fullback gets his first carry of the night. Not much there, just a couple of yards, but again, that's not what's important. What's important is holding on to the football, chewing the clock, and going to the 4th quarter with a 32-point lead.
All right, and that will end the 3rd quarter. And as we go into the 4th, it is 38-6 in favor of the Middleton Cardinals. We're going to head down to the sidelines and see who Janet and Lauren have. Ladies, who do you got?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, we're down on the field here, and we thought we'd take a break from the game and chat with the band directors, plural. We have 2 of them here. We have Doug Brown and Mike V. They're both from the Middleton High School. And Doug, it is your first year as band director, but it's not your first year at Middleton High School. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Go ahead and explain that.
Well, I'm an alumni of Middleton. I graduated here in 2003, and it's really great to be back working with the band department here at Middleton High School.
I think you also said that you came from Florida back to Wisconsin.
Yes, I did. I'm most recently coming from Miami, Florida, and looking forward to winter, hopefully.
Welcome back.
Now, Mike, I know the band had the wonderful honor of participating in a great event last year. Could you share with us and give a little shout out to what they got to do and with you last year?
That's right. The entire Middleton High School Performing Arts Center went to London over New Year's last year, and the band got to march in the New Year's Day parade for about 8 million viewers.
What a fabulous accomplishment.
Great. Thanks, guys, for chatting with us. Back to football.
All right, welcome back to gameplay. Middleton Cardinals back on the charge, looking at a 2nd and 8 from the 42-yard line, the beginning of the 4th quarter. Schmidt going to toss it back, and that will be Molly going up the middle. Looks to pick up about 4 on that carry.
Molly inching closer to the 100-yard mark. That's his 15th carry, 95 yards and 2 touchdowns, an average of just over 6 yards per carry on what has easily been the most productive night of the season so far for Cam Molly.
Very much so. We really did not expect this Middleton offense to come out clicking as well as they are this evening. And they've been very impressive on both sides of the ball. Only one big slip up, and that was on special teams to begin the 2nd half.
Credit to the coaching staff. They came out and surprised Sun Prairie a lot tonight.
Very much with that strong passing game that we have not seen from Middleton at all this season. Airing it out again. Molly looking to throw. That's going to go out to the fullback from the 40, and he's going to stay on his feet down to about the 24-yard line. And that's going to go to Noah Halbach. And I tell you what, the DBs there for Sun Prairie just refusing to wrap up and just diving at his legs. That's not how you're going to bring down the big man. You got to wrap up and drag him down. Poor tackling there from Sun Prairie.
Helbach with his 3rd catch tonight. He has 45 yards and adding now to the total passing game, 206 yards through the air for Middleton. What surprised me the most is how much space the receivers have had all night long. There haven't been receivers in the same shot with them.
And Schmidt came into the game with only 387 yards on the season. That tells you how impressive it is. Now here goes Molly off to the left, following his blocker, showing a lot of patience, lowers the shoulder, and going to be just short of the end zone. Pushed out, it looks to be at about the 4-yard line. And that is another courtesy Ford first down. Great job here by Molly. You see on the KJ replay, a lot of patience, following his blockers, and then when they drag him all the way out to the sideline, he just lowers the shoulder and gets what he can.
And Molly over the century mark for the first time this season at 116 yards and very nearly had his 3rd touchdown of the night, as Middleton now just putting some icing on the cake.
Middleton I formation. Schmidt hands it to Molly, and Molly just does the Pennzoil thing, and he's going to walk right into the end zone.
Nice move.
That is a J&K Security Solution touchdown. Home theater, home security, now home automation. J&K Security Solutions, integrate your world. And a very impressive, it was short, about 3 yards, but an impressive touchdown run there for Molly.
You know, sometimes that is so underrated what a back can do near the goal line, because finding the goal line isn't all that easy. There's a lot of bodies around there.
Oh, yeah.
But being able to take that little juke step, the stutter step, is what freed up some space for Molly, and he walked into the end zone.
Extra point is up and good. That now makes it 45-6, and we did not anticipate the game getting this out of hand. 10:30 left in the game. Want to thank our friends that brought us the pregame today. Al Byers Indoor Comfort Systems. Feel good in every room in your house with Aprilaire Zone Control. Available at Al Byers Feel Good Inside. And I tell you what, looking at it right now, we do have that Kelly Stelzer MVP Award. Kelly Stelzer is proud to support local high school athletics. You're knowledgeable and trusted realtor.
A lot of candidates.
A lot of candidates for this Middleton Cardinals team.
Yeah, you have Cam Molly is a guy who has 3 touchdowns tonight. Actually has 3 rushing and 1 receiving, so he's found pay dirt 4 times tonight. You also have Cody Merkel. Merkel with 3 catches, 51 yards, also has 2.5 sacks on the night. You got Sago Henderson, who has 2 sacks and has been in the backfield all night long on defense. How about Brennan Schmidt tonight with 206 yards passing and 2 touchdowns? I mean, there are candidates all over the place for Middleton. A lot of guys having great games.
I want to know what goes on in the special teams meeting for Middleton, because the whole team's in a huddle, and then you got Noah Robertson just standing out here all alone, and he's been doing that all night. Everyone gets in a huddle, and Noah's just out here near us, just hanging out, waiting.
Maybe he's the only one that didn't wear deodorant tonight. Nobody wants to be near him.
No one wants to be around Noah tonight. And here is the kickoff to give it back to Sun Prairie. Good kick. It'll be taken at about the 6-yard line. Now across the 20, hit hard at the 25. And he'll be knocked down at about the 27-yard line.
Again, Sun Prairie at this point is I think you're going to start seeing both coaches try to clear their bench. What you want to do is just create a little momentum. I think for Sun Prairie, you know, you might want to keep the starters out there a little bit longer just to have a good drive so that you go into next week with a little bit of momentum, because at this point, 45-6, this is kind of stunning. These are two teams that usually play tight games, and this just hasn't been one of them from jump tonight, as Middleton jumped out early and jumped out often.
Correct. They have the Sun Prairie team has beat winless Beloit Memorial and Madison West. Those were their 2 wins on the season. They're not going to be getting one tonight, as it is 45-6 as the seconds tick off the clock. Now just about 9.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And Beloit Memorial and Madison West have combined for 0 wins on the season so far. So, you know, maybe a couple of those wins are because of the competition. Sun Prairie's lost a couple of close games. It's not like they're that far off. And watching their athletes, they have athletes.
Yes, they do.
It's just tonight it was a combination of a lot of miscues, turnovers, bad luck early on.
And off goes the Faison. Faison going to be close.
I'm looking forward to our
first
trip
down.
next week as we go down to Evansville, the Rock Valley Bowl. Edgerton's going to be playing at Evansville.
Yep.
I haven't called a game from there yet. I've called a lot of games from a lot of places all around the state. I haven't seen that stadium yet.
Like Edgerton. Nice field. Good stadium. I think we'll have another nice setup next week, and that's what we care about, where Tony's going to get us our food and where we get to sit
Always
for the
important.
game.
Yeah.
Always important. And today we
Always
did have fantastic food once again from P.F. Chang's. Help join their Try a Taco or take a pic to help fight breast cancer. Their goal is to donate $100,000. You can call P.F. Chang's Middleton at 831-2488. That was a courtesy Ford first down for Sun Prairie.
Ni hao and xie xie. You remember that, right?
Nope.
Next time you go to P.F. Chang's? I only know this because I have kids, and they watch all kinds of cartoons, and there's a cartoon called Ni hao kai lan, and so you get to learn, like, Chinese words as you go along.
I watched Rugrats and Ren and Stimpy.
That's
Here, Sun Prairie. And here's going to be a big bust up the middle. And he's down to the 20, 15, 10, 5. He's going to outrun that Middleton defense and go in for a touchdown. We haven't seen him yet tonight for Sun Prairie going in. That is Jalen Taylor, the junior, with a big touchdown run. And that's maybe one of those little momentum or feel-good things for that Sun Prairie team, as that's going to put some more points on the board for them.
There is a flag out in the middle of the field. Personal fouls going against Middleton, so this is going to stand. And a nice big run actually on the play of 61 yards. We saw Jalen Taylor actually return a kick early on, and I had mentioned, boy, he looks like he's got some speed. He was able to show it there on the long touchdown.
Want to note that unsportsmanlike contact was an O'Reilly Auto Parts penalty flag. A big thank you to O'Reilly Auto Parts and their commitment to support local high school athletics. Better parts, better prices every day. As well as J&K Security Solutions, sponsoring all of our touchdowns this season. That's a good sponsorship package. Touchdowns are usually good.
Yeah, that's good. People like those.
J&K Security Solutions got a good one on that. Good thinking, guys.
Actually, tonight, kind of hard to believe, the Sun Prairie Cardinals, in a losing effort, have 209 yards on the ground.
Yeah. Well, they got good running backs. It's just when they got near the end zone, nothing happened. Extra point up, and this time it is good. And that was Marty Stray putting it up, so the score will be 45-13, 7.5 minutes left in the game. Want to thank Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
A lot of good things, though, we saw from Middleton. Middleton tonight came in as the 8th-ranked team in the state of Wisconsin for large schools. They're the 2nd highest-ranked team in the area. Waunakee ranked 5th right now. But what we're seeing from Middleton is a team that, is a little bit more explosive than we thought, could pass the ball a little bit better. And with the type of defense that they play, this team could go far. They already got the lead in the Big 8. It looks like, it's going to come down maybe to them and La Follette as they go along. Because the last time Middleton played in the rain, that was 3 weeks ago. It was against Verona. They won that game 7-3. This time they come out in the rain with a different plan, and this Middleton team looks like a team. It's maybe the best we've seen so far, and a team that could go deep into the playoffs.
I definitely think this is the best team we've seen so far this season. Sun Prairie will be kicking off to Middleton, and on that unsportsmanlike conduct, they'll actually kick it off from the other 45. So this is one you'd maybe look to put in the end zone or at least get it near there and pin Middleton deep. We have waiting for the kickoff. Here as we get going, Middleton will take it back over, leading at 45-13, 7.5 minutes left in the game.
We're going to have to make a decision, too, on play of the game. I know there's been a couple long runs by Sun Prairie so far, but because of the score, I don't think that those are going to qualify. I think, for Middleton, they definitely have quite a few that could be the play of the game.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that when we take a break. Rich and I got some thinking to do on that one, I believe. And as Middleton back onto the field, their offense going to take it. I want to thank AccuClimb Mechanical Service. They're bringing us the play of the game. You can call now and get $40 off their thorough and professional precision tune-up of your furnace. AccuClimb Mechanical Services, you'll feel just right. And now the backup's starting to come in for the Middleton Cardinals in at quarterback right now. Looks like we have Blake Carey, the senior.
Austin Delaney got his first carry of the night. Delaney, a junior, 5'3", 125. That's right, 5'3", 125.
I formation. Middleton probably going to keep it pretty simple here as they're going to do toss off to the left. Pick up maybe about 2 on that. I didn't see you had that carry, Rich.
I think it
you
was
see a number
8
on that?
Sam Lowenstein.
Sam Lowenstein, another senior. So Middleton getting some of their seniors some playing time here in what has turned out to be a blowout game in the Big 8 Bowl. This was, if you looked around the area, this was pretty much the consensus game of the week everywhere. So we're thrilled to be out here covering it, and really no one saw the score turning out the way it has so far tonight.
Yeah, a lot of media here tonight, lots of TV, radio, newspapers all over the place, as this is a big run here and a big hit as well, but I think it is going to come back. It looked like either motion or an illegal shift to start the play, and unfortunately a big run's going to be negated by Blake Carey.
On the KJ replay, Blake Carey, a nice spin and gets upended. Man, that was a hard hit to the back. Almost looked like he came down on his head, but as Rich said, that's going to be coming back. And, you like to see that athleticism from Blake Carey. But, man, protect yourself.
Absolutely.
Holy cow.
And that, could have ended up badly. All of a sudden, the way that he fell forward, he leaves his neck and back exposed, and you do not want to do that at any level of football. So, yeah, that's one of those plays you're just thankful that he's all right.
Especially, Carey's 6 foot listed at 146, not a big guy. That's where a linebacker will tee off on you coming across the middle like that. Carey now facing a 3rd and 13, running back to each side. Carey takes a snap. He's going to hand it off, and that's going to go nowhere. He's going to be roped around, pulled down behind the line of scrimmage. And that was Austin Delaney. Once again, I want to thank Paul Kennerella and all the folks over at A1 Furniture for supporting us this season as our official Bowl Series sponsor. Locally owned and operated since 1980. You can find them on the West Beltline Highway or South Stoughton Road. A1 Furniture and Mattress. Also want to thank Courtesy Ford, our first down sponsor. Brand new up in Sauk Prairie. Courtesy Ford, check them out. They are your new truck destination. Middleton going to be forced to punt here, letting the seconds tick off the clock. They'll punt it with less than 4:20 to go in the game. Another one of those rugby-style punts we've seen quite a bit this season. And that'll be picked up at about the 45-yard line. He'll go out to about the 41. So Sun Prairie will start in Middleton territory. And we're going to go to the sidelines. Who you got?
Thanks, guys. Janet and I are down here on the field now with John from AccuClimb Mechanical Services, the sponsor for our Play of the Game Award. Now, John, this is an especially meaningful game for you because you have alliances with both sides, right?
I do. I live in Sun Prairie, and I have a business just down the street here in Middleton.
Oh my gosh, tough call then.
Yeah, we thought it would be fun to give you a chance to meet the guy behind the Play of the Game Award, which we'll be giving at the end of this game. Why do you choose to support the high school athletics in the area? We do appreciate it quite a bit, John.
Well, I've followed football my whole life. I've always been a big supporter in the communities, especially with two communities like this where the tradition is so steep with football in both schools. It's just an honor to be part of it.
Yeah, and this is definitely a big rivalry game. That's really interesting that your business is here, but home is in Sun Prairie.
What a coincidence. And John and AccuClimb Mechanical Services, it's because of individuals and businesses like you that we're able to make this happen. So we really appreciate it and everything that you've done for us this season.
And we should probably give a shout out to not just John, but your partner, Chris, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's on assignment tonight, we hear. All righty, well, thanks for chatting with us, John, and we're going to see you later at the awards ceremony. Back to the game, guys. Thanks
guys.
That will be a timeout on the field, an injury timeout. That is Toyota Let's Go Places. Didn't see the number of the individual that has knocked down. It is a member of the Middleton Cardinals. Looks to be
couple of
okay.
carries while we were gone by Jalen Taylor, who had the big 61-yard
Yeah.
touchdown run. And, you know, it just seems like there's so many talented kids that are playing football now, and especially we see it in the Big 8 Conference. We've seen it in the Badger Conference. It's amazing to me because I remember when I played, it didn't seem like the kids were as big and as fast.
Yeah.
But I think as we've learned more about nutrition, more about conditioning, more about, you know, what it takes to be athletic, you see guys that are bigger and faster than ever before. I mean, I felt like a dwarf on the sideline when the Middleton team ran by us earlier.
Not only bigger and faster, but with the coaching and the way they do things, the game is much safer too. Not only with the equipment, but the way they're taught how to properly tackle, how to protect yourself. You got to give it up. I was a coach for several years here in the Madison area, and just the tests and classes and everything you have to go through just to be able to coach is absolutely amazing. And the key is to keep these kids safe. And all these coaches do a fantastic job of it. They really care about these kids and want them to be safe and obviously be successful. And what we hear so much is we want them to be good students, we want them to be good people, and then we want them to be good athletes. Jackson Grimm was the Middleton Cardinal who was injured on that last play. So here is Sun Prairie going to take the run right up the gut, and that'll be close to a first down.
Yeah, you talk about safety, the initiative there. You hear a lot of heads-up football and
Yep.
teaching that proper technique and how important that is to keep the players safe out there on the field. And I know my son has gone through it, and he's been playing high school football now. And, you know, ever since he was small and was playing at they have in 5th grade, 6th grade football, they've been teaching that technique.
So 4th and 2, Sun Prairie going to go for it here. They got nothing to lose, just over 2 minutes left. And Sun Prairie in at quarterback. It looked like that was a number in the 90s. I didn't see who handed that off. Might have
don't
been
see that a
Connor
lot.
Ziegler, 84.
I think it was actually 49, Nathan Florick, who is listed as a quarterback and a linebacker and wears a linebacker number. So
Yeah.
that tells you how much quarterback he actually plays.
Not much. You really don't see anything outside of the single digits or teens anymore.
Nope.
That's the one I remember is Doug Flutie?
22.
22.
Yeah.
And sure enough, that is 49 back there playing quarterback. And he's going to pump fake and run it up the gut, pick up of about 4.
Yeah, it's fun, though, to see some of these backups sit in. Floric doing the best that he can to buy himself some time, go forward, pick up some yardage. You know, it's great for these kids to get this experience. Sometimes this pays off because they got to play next year. These are your starters next season.
That's true, setting him up, and that's why in these blowout games it gives him an opportunity. And now he's going to get the opportunity to throw. He's going to put it up, and that's going to fall just short, incomplete. That wasn't intended near the end zone there. Looks like that might have been 84 Connor Ziegler.
Yeah, it was Ziegler, and almost made a really nice catch on that ball. And, you know, again, for these kids, what a thrill it is to get out there, start playing now, and really, you know, it kind of validates all the extra effort that you put in the weight room and in practice.
And here he's going to look to the near side now, launch it up again. He's got an arm on him, I'll give him that, as time's ticking off here.
Nice throw by Floric. I thought he was going to hit that one. Threw it right in between 2 defenders and just missed hitting on a touchdown throw.
And with that, that'll wrap up the game. And the final, 45-13, Middleton Cardinals dismantle the Sun Prairie Cardinals. Not something we saw coming. This has been the Big 8 Bowl, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl series here on CW57 Sports. And I tell you what, you know, I'm thinking as we're taking the awards here, and I'll ask you on this, but for our Kelly Stelzer MVP award, I'm thinking Cam Malley.
You know, Cam Malley had his best game so far this season, and 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 pass or 1 receiving, and had over 100 yards rushing. That's a pretty good guy to have right there. I think it's between him and Cody Merkel, and I think, you know what? Yeah, Cam Malley tonight really he was the offense, and he was a big part of why this was a blowout game.
I believe. Yeah, Cam Malley had to take it, you know, not rocking 32 there for Middleton. And he is going to pick up the Kelly Stelzer MVP award. And you know what, actually looking for our AccuClimb Mechanical Services Play of the Game award, my thought on it is that first interception of the game. It
Absolutely. I'm so glad you said that. You read my mind.
You too, okay.
Yeah.
So that swung all the momentum, you know, Sun Prairie got the ball to start with. They were making a little bit of headway. Peoples was picking up some yards on the ground, and then you had that interception from Curran, tossed it up, and that really changed the momentum of the game, and Middleton took over from there. So I think we're going to go with the interception in the first quarter as our AccuClimb Mechanical Services Play of the game.
Yeah, Griffin Gussel made that interception, stepped right in front of the receiver, brought it back down to the 15-yard line. Middleton was able to score from there, and they never looked back, and the game was never really in doubt from that point on. And it was all set up by the defense of Middleton and a great play by Griffin Gussel.
I agree. That's my thought on it. So what we're going to do is, you know what we're going to do? We're going to head down to the field, and we're going to present them with a trophy, give those kids those awards. They don't know who won or where it's coming from yet. But first, we're going to take a quick break. This is the Big 8 Bowl here, part of the A1 Furniture Bowl series on CW57 Sports. Welcome back to the Big 8 Bowl, the A1 Furniture Bowl series here on CW57 Sports. And next week we got the Rock County Bowl, Edgerton and Evansville. That should be a fantastic matchup, heated rivalry. We're excited to go down to Edgerton for that. But here it was Middleton just dismantling the Sun Prairie Cardinals 45-13. Player of the game went to Cam Malley of Middleton. And, you know, our play of the game is going to be that first interception. Just kind of turned the whole momentum of the evening for the Middleton Cardinals, and they were able to walk away with it.
Yeah, this one was over early, and it's because of that interception. what could have been a very even game and what we were expecting to be kind of an even game and a rivalry turned on its ear because of Griffin Gussel's interception at the very beginning of the game. And Middleton scored a touchdown off of that through the air, which kind of shocked everybody too. And I'm sure Coach Kaminsky wasn't expecting it to see Middleton put it up in the air as much as they did tonight.
Not at
How about
all.
206 yards passing this evening from Brennan Schmidt? It's almost as much as they've thrown for in the entire season. Middleton came into this game with 421 yards in 4 games. That's just over 100 yards a game. They more than doubled that here tonight, and that was really a shocker, I think, for Coach Kaminsky. Great job by Coach Simon and the Middleton Cardinals, and by doing that and playing some great defense, they won this one going away.
Yeah, and in all facets of the game, too, they really only had one mistake the whole evening, and that was the opening kickoff of the second half. As Sun Prairie kicked it off, Middleton fumbled it, and were able to kind of, Sun Prairie picked it up and were able to go on offense. But the defense today for Middleton was just lights out, minus 2 big runs, 3 big runs maybe for Sun Prairie. This Middleton defense was impressive, and I don't think anyone expected this Middleton Cardinals offense to come out and click the way they did, especially through the air because of what they've done so far this season, especially on a rain-soaked evening.
I think if you're Sun Prairie, a couple things to take forward, though, from this game is the fact that, hey, we put up 224 yards on the ground against a Middleton defense that's super stingy. Great job by Draven Peoples, and then Jalen Taylor coming in even late in the game and having some explosive runs. Take that forward. Build on that and say, hey, this is what we're going to build on. This is who we are, because there's some talent on that Sun Prairie sideline, and I think that that's what they could ride the rest of the season.
I agree, and now that the game has ended, the rain has finally stopped. just in time.
Yeah.
This is the kind of weather I loved playing football in, and you know the kids did as well. As you can see there in the bottom left hand of your screen, the Middleton Cardinals team assembling. We got the trophy presentation coming up. Going to give away those Play of the Game awards from AccuClimb Mechanical Services, also the Kelly Stelzer MVP Award. A lot of great, exciting stuff coming up in just a couple moments here on CW57. Keep in mind, next week, the Rock County Bowl, Evansville and Edgerton. Once again, my name is Ryan Ashker, Rich Reynolds alongside each and every week, and we have Lauren down there. They're getting ready for the
I see
award
Lauren there,
presentation.
Janet there,
So-
and boy, hopefully Lauren doesn't get swallowed up this week like she did last week on
No,
the sideline.
We lost Lauren last week in the huddle. So we're going to go down and visit those girls in just a moment. We'll be back with post-game coverage here on CW57 Sports.
Hey everyone, welcome to the A1 Furniture Big 8 Bowl post-game show. We are here in Middleton, where the Middleton Cardinals took on another set of Cardinals and won right here on their home turf.
We have several awards to give away tonight. The first one is the Play of the Game, and this is sponsored by AccuClimb Mechanical Services. Here giving out the award is John himself from AccuClimb Mechanical Services.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Middleton Cardinals on a big win tonight. On behalf of AccuClimb Mechanical Services right here in Middleton, I would like to present Griffin Gussel with the AccuClimb Mechanical Services Play of the Game Award.
Congratulations.
We'll be right back with more awards ceremony at the Big 8 Bowl, where the Middleton Cardinals just defeated the Sun Prairie Cardinals. You're watching CW57 Sports.
Welcome back. We are back here with the A1 Furniture Big 8 Bowl post-game show, and we are about to... Congratulations! We've got some very excited Middleton Cardinals here with their big win, and we are about to present the Kelly Stelzer MVP Award.
That's right, we are. With me, I have Cam Molly, number 32. Now, Cam, there's no I in team, but how's it feel to be MVP?
It's great. I couldn't have done it without my old line.
Well, On behalf of Kelly Stelzer and CW57 Sports, we'd like to present this award to you. It is Most Valuable Player of tonight's game. Congratulations to you. Good luck with the rest of your season. Thank you to Kelly Stelzer for supporting high school athletics. We'll be back to present this big trophy to the coach. You're watching CW57 Sports.
We're back here with the A1 Furniture Big 8 Bowl post-game show, and now it's time for my favorite moment of the night. It's time to present this A1 Furniture Big 8 Bowl trophy.
That's right. With us, we have the head coach of the Middleton Cardinals, Coach Tim Simon, standing here right between us. Thanks for joining us and taking a few minutes at the end of the game. Now, you guys have had a strong season so far. I know you like to take it game by game, but now you're eligible for the playoffs. It's got to feel good.
Well, these guys are eligible for the playoffs, not me. So they're the ones that deserve it.
Well put.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations, Coach Simon, and we are very pleased to present this trophy to you. This is on behalf of A1 Furniture and CW57 Sports. It's, albeit a little soggy, but still a big, heavy trophy. Congratulations.
All right. That's it for Janet and I. We're about to pass this off to Ryan and Rich, and they're going to have a quick chat with our winning coach.
All right. So, Coach, with that win today, that makes you guys eligible for the playoffs for the 20th season in a row. That is an amazing streak for the Middleton Cardinals and a fantastic showing tonight by your team. What does that mean as you look forward for the rest of the season?
Well, we're obviously happy for what happened tonight, and we're proud of the making the playoffs again. But we got a lot of work to do. These guys are hungry. They just want to get to work right away tomorrow morning. So that's what we're going to do.
You know, you actually threw the ball a lot tonight. Kind of surprised us. You had more passing yards this game. It's like double what you've been averaging so far. Was that part of the game plan? Was that to surprise them a little bit?
Yeah, our offensive coordinator, Jason Pertzborn, had a great game plan tonight, and we knew that they were going to bring a lot of heat. So if we got enough time, we're going to be able to get the ball to our receivers. And our O-line did enough to get our quarterback some time to throw the ball. So game plan went according to how we wanted it to go tonight. So we're pretty happy about that.
Nice. Good job.
So maybe film Sunday, Monday, getting the team ready for next week's game. There's going to be a lot of great things you guys get to see this week when you watch the game and watch film. What are some of the things you're going to need to work on to continue this 1-0 every week streak, and who are we looking at next week to try to make it now 6-0?
Well, we take it one day at a time. So we already talked right after the game about we're happy about what happened tonight, but we're hungry for next week, and we got to bring the same focus and the same excitement Monday to practice last week. So we're just getting better every day.
So many new starters on defense. I think 10, coming into this season. But your defense really showed up tonight. Did a great job, I think, all game long. And I think you got to be really proud of how that D's coming together.
Well, we're not a very big team, but we're fast and physical, so we want our guys to just fly around and make plays, and they certainly did that tonight.
Absolutely. Good job.
We saw a lot of that. I tell you what, we talked about a little in the game. These are those little rubber pellets that these guys are going to be picking out of everywhere for the next week and a half. They're all over the place. This feels nuts to play on. But regardless, we want to congratulate the Middleton Cardinals on a huge win tonight. Oh, yeah! For Janet, Lauren, Rich, Tony, Brennan, everybody else here at CW57, my name is Ryan Asher. We'll see you right here next week on CW57 Sports.